offense and their defense, but they execute it really well. I mean, you don't see the double pass, reverse pass, and all that. They just line up and execute and play high-level ball. They do a good job with the RPO game, so our DBs have got to do a good job of, knowing when they're in conflict versus when they're not in conflict, and when they have the green light to go run fit, or if they're what we call red light guys, where we got to sit and hold windows for the RPO game. And so we've got to do that defensively. Then offensively, we got to take care of the football. That was something we didn't do a week ago. And it doesn't matter who you play. If you turn the football over like what we did last Friday night, those outcomes are going to happen. So we've got to do a much better job taking care of the football.
Any significant injuries coming out of the Rome outing?
No, which is good to see. I think for the most, you always worry when you're playing back-to-back really good football teams what your health is going to look like, especially when we haven't had a bye week in quite some time. After this week, we'll have a bye week, so I expect our kids to lay it on line Friday night.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. Good luck.
Thank you. Go Cats.
Austin Barrett, head coach Villa-Rick, and his bunch getting ready for New Manchester Jaguars coming for a visit on Friday evening. We continue John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic. We're back with more right after these messages.
If you've been getting that new-to-me car itch, but can't find the car you want, then check out John Thornton Buick GMC on Highway 27 in Carrollton. There's never been a better time to trade in and trade up. Used car values are at all-time highs. John Thornton Buick GMC has a great selection of certified and pre-owned vehicles for you to choose from. For excellent service and big savings, go to John Thornton Buick GMC on Highway 27 in Carrollton. Shop their huge inventory of certified and pre-owned online at johnthorntonbuickgmc.com.
American Pie Pizzeria is a family-owned restaurant and so much more. It's a family-friendly place to enjoy a lunchtime buffet, hot subs, salads, wings, and sizable calzones. It's a place to connect with friends, colleagues, and community. Dine in Monday through Saturday from 11:30 till 9 p.m. at 927 Maple Street in Carrollton. For takeout orders, 770-832-3000. American Pie Pizzeria. Like it says on the box, you never forget your first piece.
Now, the Coaches Clinic.
We roll on with the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria. Our next guest, Bowdon head coach Rich Finley, number 3 team in the state, Class A's Division II. What a good one. On the road, you go to Manchester and handle them. They get to 5-2 on the year and unbeaten in the region. It was maybe as good as you played all year with the way you controlled them and manhandled them?
It was definitely probably as well as we played all year, and probably as well as we played them in the previous 5 meetings. We hadn't had that much offensive success, held them to the lowest point total that they've had against us. So very, very pleased with our kids' effort. And, winning in the week, we tell our kids every Monday it takes a week to beat somebody. And I thought they had a really, really good week of practice leading up to that game. And hopefully that's something we're going to build on how you got to approach each week. But yes, sir, pleased with how we played down there on the road.
So now it's a backyard battle, so to speak. If you go to Mount Zion comes to play you on Friday night, it's a rivalry that you have dominated through the years, Bowdon has, with Mount Zion. But it's still big, I guess, because those guys grow up playing against each other, with each other in some cases.
Well, yeah, you've probably got a couple of sets of cousins playing. You may have some brothers that are playing. You got people who graduated Bowdon who live in Mount Zion, and their kids are at Mount Zion now. You got people that graduated from Mount Zion whose kids are in Bowdon, vice versa. We've won the last few, but I remember getting here in 2018 on the tail end of them winning 3 in a row. So, if you put the last 10 in there, last 9 games, it is a rival game. We're very, very close. And this one's coming down to we're both undefeated in the region, and whoever wins this kind of has a leg up, in the region race, so to say, because both of us have played 2 of the better teams in the region already once we play this game. So big game for both teams.
So you've had a chance to break them down with the video. I know they've got some athletes, defensive line, and defensively overall, I think they played pretty good. What jumps out at you with Mount Zion?
Watching them on defense, very, very athletic. They're as fast as anybody we played. They're, comparable to Manchester's speed on defense. Offensively, they're running a lot of wing T principles, even though they do it out of the gun. Quarterback is a really good player, and he's kind of the glue to their offense. As he goes, they go. But they've also got kids who can break long runs and score. Got a big wideout who can go catch the ball. So you kind of have every piece that you got to have. Offensively, good receiver, 2 good backs, quarterback who can keep the chains moving. It's going to definitely be a game that we have to be ready to play. We can't let them break a lot of, big plays on us, and that's what they do. They kind of lull you to sleep a little bit, and then finally one of them fast backs get out and break a long one and go score. But any team that's very athletic, they can score on special teams. They can block kicks on special teams. So, you have to be prepared in every phase of the game.
I know you've been beat up quite a bit. You got some guys back. Are you in pretty good shape going in?
We are. We kind of got over the injury bug a little bit last week. That's why we played so well, just having some guys back. We're pretty healthy, not 100%, but it's close. Just like last week, we're about the same as we were. So we got the right people that'll be dressed out Friday.
Coach Gordon and I talked about this as well. This is what makes Friday night special, a game like this, your neighbor and the rivalry and all that stuff.
Well, yes, being 10 or 12 miles apart, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be an atmosphere like Bremen. It's going to be an atmosphere like Heard County, being that we're both, still alive for a region title. Obviously, the state thought it was one of the top 5 games of the week. Fox 5, Atlanta's going to be there covering the game. It's Fox 5 game of the week. So there'll be a lot of coverage. Man, I'm expecting a huge crowd, a playoff environment. And those are the ones that are fun to be in. I tell our kids, our players all the time, the ones that you win 49-0, run a clock, you don't remember those. You remember the ones who are 4-quarter wars, ones that mean something, the one where a 1 seed is on the line, a region title's on the line, a good bracket in the playoffs is on the line.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. Good luck Friday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Rich Finley, head coach, Bowdon Red Devils. They get ready to host Mount Zion Sewell Field on Friday night. And we continue with the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria. Back with more in a moment.
You're going to fall in love with your new vehicle during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC. Fall into savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali. Take $6,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Buick Envision and $4,000 off MSRP on the new 25 Buick Envista during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC on North Park Street in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade.
American Pie Pizzeria is a family-owned restaurant and so much more. It's a family-friendly place to enjoy a lunchtime buffet, hot subs, salads, wings, and sizable calzones. It's a place to connect with friends, colleagues, and community. Dine in Monday through Saturday from 11:30 till 9 p.m. at 927 Maple Street in Carrollton. For takeout orders, 770-832-3000. American Pie Pizzeria. Like it says on the box, you never forget your first piece.
Now, back to Coach's Clinic.
Welcome back to the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria. Brad Gordon, Mount Zion, joined us. Good week last week. Broke it open second half. Good game first half, and then you took control and beat a good trying team. And here you are 7-1 and sitting pretty 2-0 in the region now.
Yeah, last week was a great all-around game. It was 13-7 ball game there at the half, and we, come out in the second half, receive the opening kickoff and fumble it and give them the ball in the red zone, and we hold them and make them, kick a field goal. And then from that point on, it was like we put the pedal on the gas and took off, and so defensively, to get that stop right after that turnover, that was big,
Did that turn it? Do you think that was a turning point?
Yeah, I think when you give anybody the ball right there and they can't do nothing with it, that's kind of heartbreaking for you, and so, defense stepped up big, and then offensively, when we got the ball back, away we went, and then, the nail in the coffin there was the pick six, that kind of sealed it, put us up by 17, and then, we held them to 3 and out again, and then got the ball back with 8 minutes to go in the game, and took an 8-minute drive down the field, and punched it in right at the end. So it was a good feeling overall to know everybody played a good game.
Nothing much better than that when you get the ball in the fourth quarter and put it away like that.
Yeah, that was, look, talk about headsy football, Knox, Israel, our quarterback, it was 3rd and long, and he scrambled, broke down the sidelines, and could have went a lot further. And he got to the first down mark and slid down in bounds to keep that clock running, because he knew if they didn't have it, they couldn't score. And so, he was able to milk the clock, and that was big.
Last year, could he have made that decision like that? Does that just show where he's grown up, matured some?
Yeah, he has matured big time as our quarterback. Last year, he could do some things last year, that he's always been a headsy ball player. But this year, with his feet and his arm, I think he was 6 for 8 the other night throwing, and then had, over 100 yards rushing. And, he runs like a linebacker with a football in his hand. Ain't one person going to take him down. And so, when you start spreading people out and having to cover him, and then you got, him one-on-one in the box, chances are he's going to break that first tackle.
All right, now you get to go to Bowdon and play the Red Devils Friday night. You've looked at them, broken down some stuff. What makes them tick, I guess? What makes Bowdon what they are?
Well, they got athletes everywhere. You think, well, if we can stop the run game, well, you better be careful what you ask for, because then all of a sudden, you might stop the running back, but then all of a sudden they got a quarterback that can run. They got athletes all over the place out there that they throw it to. Last year we learned a hard lesson, I guess you'd say. We tried to take pro throw away last year, and we found out there's a whole lot more people on that sideline that can beat you besides pro throw. And so, this year I know he's a little banged up right now, and, not 100%, but, they just, from sideline to sideline, they got athletes, and not to mention that big offensive line they got up there in front of them. They're going to lean on you and push you around, and, skill-wise, we feel pretty good about ourselves, but, matching up with them. But now their offensive line, that's their,
Is that the X factor with it?
To me it is. That's the group that can lean on you. They can lean on you and wear you out. Those 3 and 4 yard, runs start becoming 8 and 10, 12 yards, in that second half if you ain't careful.
What do you have to do to counteract that?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I kept telling our guys, we got to keep putting them back in the huddle. We cannot give up the home run. Bowdon is a great football team, and they're going to get theirs. They're going to get theirs, and we got to keep our composure, understand that we're playing a good football team. We've had some games this year where, we've held teams to 1 and 2 first downs. That's not going to happen Friday night. So, but we got to quit. We got to keep putting them back in the huddle. Don't give up the home run ball. Make them earn everything they get, and keep it close in the fourth quarter and give ourselves a chance. That's all you can do.
Is it one where you need to maybe control time of possession, but get something out of that controlling time of possession?
Yeah, I told our offensive staff Sunday, all I need is 4 8-minute drives, 1 per quarter, and I think we'll at least have a shot in the fourth quarter if I'll do that. But it's definitely a situation where we got to slow ourselves down. We're not a no huddle hurry up, but we are a no huddle now, and our offense tends to kind of get in a rhythm, and and that's great. That's what you want. But when I look up and see the ball being snapped with 20 seconds left on a 40-second clock, we don't want to see that Friday night. We want to milk every bit of that time, slow it down a little bit, take our time, and use as much of that clock as we can. The best defense we got is when our offense is on the field.
So this will be 9 straight weeks, and then you go back to the scrimmages. So it's been a while. Are you hurting a little bit right now?
Unfortunately, this is the most banged up we've been. This is, like you said, 11 weeks in a row for us, and so we got 2 high ankle sprains, a shoulder. We got some people that are, unfortunately, we're doubtful for Friday, and they're not. I mean, they're key players in key positions. We got. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see if they can go or not. But if there's any way they can, I mean, and in all honesty, this is what I guess you could call a makeshift region championship game. So if there's any way they can go, they're going to go. Now they won't be 100%, but I'll take whatever they can give me right now.
You win this one, you're in the driver's seat right there, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, if we win this one, that's it is what it is from that point on. So, but God, Friday can't get here fast enough because we are beat up and banged up. And if we can get through this one, thank goodness for next week with an off week. So, we're excited to have this. If you told me last year at this time we'd be 7-1 and playing for a region championship, I'd have probably laughed at you and walked off. But, our team's come out and they've gelled together. We've started clicking and we're playing good football right now. Unfortunately, we're just banged up at this time.
I got to think your guys excited. I mean, it's a neighborhood battle, whatever. Both teams know each other, whatnot, and it's what makes Friday night special.
Oh yeah, that's what makes Friday Night Lights, like none other. These kids grew up playing each other since they was, in rec league. So it ain't like we don't know one another, and coaches know each other, players know each other, and so it's Friday night's going to be a great Friday night atmosphere, and that's what makes Friday Night Lights all about it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. Good luck Friday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Brad Gordon, head coach, Mount Zion. He'll travel into Sewellville, take on the Bowdon Red Devils. We come back with more of the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria, right after this timeout.
If you've been getting that new-to-me car itch, but can't find the car you want, then check out John Thornton Buick GMC on Highway 27 in Carrollton. There's never been a better time to trade in and trade up. Used car values are at all-time highs. John Thornton Buick GMC has a great selection of certified and pre-owned vehicles for you to choose from. For excellent service and big savings, go to John Thornton Buick GMC on Highway 27 in Carrollton. Shop their huge inventory of certified and pre-owned online at johnthorntonbuickgmc.com.
American Pie Pizzeria is a family-owned restaurant and so much more. It's a family-friendly place to enjoy a lunchtime buffet, hot subs, salads, wings, and sizable calzones. It's a place to connect with friends, colleagues, and community. Dine in Monday through Saturday from 11:30 till 9 p.m. at 927 Maple Street in Carrollton. For takeout orders, 770-832-3000. American Pie Pizzeria. Like it says on the box, you never forget your first piece.
Now, back to Coach's Clinic.
Welcome back to our John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria. We visit next with Temple head coach Corey Nix. His bunch getting ready for the backyard battle with the Rebels from Haralson County. Matchup at Taylor Stadium. Last week, just a quick peek back. Tough night for you. Again, Heard County, I think, pretty good start, quick start. And you were playing catch-up pretty much all night from that point, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, they're an excellent team. Obviously they're number 4, number 5 in the state, depending on what ranking you look at. And they have a really, really good team. And so, they came out to play, and we kind of got behind. But I was proud of my kids for not, tapping out and quitting, keeping fighting. I know the score doesn't say that or show that, but I just felt a whole lot better about last week compared to the Bremen game, where I just felt really disappointed. So it's proud of my kids. They probably don't know or understand this, but I felt like we did some good things and we played hard throughout the whole game.
You made a couple of lineup changes, tweaks, adjustments, whatever you want to call them, or will you stay with those this week?
Well, we've been banged up, and I'll go ahead and say that on there. I don't care. So we've been banged up, so we've had to shift some kids here and there, and so we're going to have to continue with developing kids, playing kids, and that means making changes here and there. But special teams, offense, defense. We're still kind of experimenting on some stuff to make us successful.
Gotcha. Bremen's close to you. That's a rivalry game. This one is as well. How big is this one with Haralson County as far as a rivalry goes with you guys at
Honestly, I mean, I don't think it's as big as the Bremen game, I guess, as far as these, I say this community. But I'm sure because close proximity, location, it's still a big deal. I think all these games, even though people want to consider some rivalries, I think it doesn't matter who you play in this area. I think, this community probably has their choice of who they don't like, and vice versa. I'm sure the other community the same way. So because it's close in proximity, I'm sure it should be a good game. It should be, the crowd should be big, and beautiful night for football.
Preparing for Haralson County, what jumps out at you? What's caught your attention getting ready for Friday night?
Well, Coach Crutchfield has done an unbelievable job in year 2. I think his kids are playing extremely hard right now, which jumps out. And I think he's been able to hire some coaches over the off season, and the one that stands out obviously is the defense coordinator. He's got those kids playing hard. I know he came from Alabama, a good program, but he's got those kids, dialed in, believing, and they play really, really hard. And then offensively, and I know this because I've talked to Coach Crutchfield, he basically turned it over to, I would say, a younger coach, Coach Cash.
Right.
And Coach Cash is, they went back to that ugly eagle, which is what Coach Peavy had ran. And those kids believe in that right now. You can tell they play hard on that side of the ball, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
Couple of keys, couple of factors that you've got to work in your favor to get out of there with a win and upset them in homecoming game on Friday night.
To me, and I say this all the time, and I really believe this, I believe the person that's the most physical tonight in this game is the key piece. I believe possession of the ball, making sure you execute on offense and get some points, because both of these teams are going to want to run the ball. And so the defense has got to get stops. But to me, it's physicality, it's taking care of the ball and executing, and then hopefully getting a couple stops to make the difference to where your offense can get the ball 1 or 2 more times.
These games are fun, aren't they? The backyard battle, neighborhood battle, whatever you want to call it.
I think so, because these kids, they've been playing against each other. Sometimes they've been playing with each other sometimes, and all the way up to this point. And so it's always neat after the game, win or lose, to see kids, and families hook up and take pictures and, cherish the past. So it's kind of neat to see those type of things. Another reason why West Georgia is just a special place in football.
Nobody will argue that, I don't think, with you, that comment. I appreciate your time. Thanks for visiting with us. Good luck against the Rebels in the matchup.
Appreciate it. Go Tigers.
Corey Nix, head coach, Temple Tigers, visiting with us on the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria. We have more right after these messages.
You're going to fall in love with your new vehicle during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC. Fall into savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali. Take $6,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Buick Envision and $4,000 off MSRP on the new 25 Buick Envista during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC on North Park Street in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade.
American Pie Pizzeria is a family-owned restaurant and so much more. It's a family-friendly place to enjoy a lunchtime buffet, hot subs, salads, wings, and sizable calzones. It's a place to connect with friends, colleagues, and community. Dine in Monday through Saturday from 11:30 till 9 p.m. at 927 Maple Street in Carrollton. For takeout orders, 770-832-3000. American Pie Pizzeria. Like it says on the box, you never forget your first piece.
Now, back to Coach's Clinic.
Next up on our John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria, is Haralson County head coach Randy Crutchfield. They are now 5-2 overall, 2-1 in the region. Come from behind win last week. One of those spirited halftime conversations. I think you're down 17-7. You go in the locker room at halftime. Was it something you said? What clicked to turn it around in the second half for you?
Well, I don't know if there's anything necessarily that's said. Obviously you go in there and say, hey, we can play better than this. We have 4 things on our plan to win, and we won none of them. And so, basically nobody's going to give you anything. You got to earn it. Called some kids out on their play and how physical we were playing, and, just reassured them that we've been down by 10 before, and obviously we've been able to come back out and fight hard and play well. So I just told them, it's going to take one play at a time and go that way, and that, it's their homecoming. So I thought a good precursor too, because our homecoming was coming up. They were up and feeling feeling really good. I told them they're probably cracking that back door to figure out who the homecoming queen is right now because everything's going well. So take advantage of them not thinking about football in the second half. It just takes one play at a time, and that's kind of what happened. Played about as bad at the first half as we could, turned the ball over, just struggled. From there, you go into the second half, and we literally had just a winning sequence. I go back and look at it. We go for a 4th and 1 at our own 25. If we don't get that, we're down 17-7. Like, it's a big deal. And we obviously go able to go down and score on that drive, and it was real long and kind of demoralizing. So that was good. And then obviously we get a big 4th down stop, get a pick 6. I mean, so after that point, it kind of just all flowed in our direction. But it took us until the 16-minute mark, really, with 60 minutes left to be able to take over.
Go back to last year. You were in several close games like that last year. Does this, what you were able to do the other night, show the growth, maturity of your bunch this season to be able to come back and do that?
Oh, no doubt. And I think the obviously, you know, our conditioning or the toughness stuff that we did in the offseason, I think showed up huge. You know, they cramped a lot down the stretch in a game that really wasn't a game that you would expect anybody to cramp in. And but yeah, I just thought their resilience of continuing to fight and just all the things that we've really put them through. And then obviously even this year, you know, being able to have that at Putnam where we come out and we come back and we're able to get the lead, but we lose it late, having to be able to feel that hurt after that game and how it felt, you know, once we were able to regain the lead. I mean, we're putting them away. You know, there wasn't a chance that they get back in it. So I felt like that had a bunch to do with it also.
All right. Neighborhood battle coming up Friday here with a matchup with Temple. Wing T, you'll see that all night long, the sugar huddle, all that. Is preparation a little more difficult for an offense that you really don't see every week now in high school football?
Oh, no doubt. You know, and we've been fortunate enough to play a bunch of them, you know, early on, playing Manchester in the preseason, and then we go to Mount Pisgah and their wing tee also, and then obviously Darlington is, you know, option, but double slot option, so very similar. And they'll give some sets that are similar to that also. The biggest thing, you know, is from just your eye discipline, you know, from a standpoint of that, and they give some bunch of different looks. And from even coming out last week against Hurd, you know, they had a different quarterback in, and so he was kind of slinging it around. They're giving some different. They really weren't wing tee for a majority of the time in that game. So, you know, for our guys, we've done a great job. Coach Cochran and staff do a great job of going over the formation recognition, and so I think our guys are going to know exactly what the call is, exactly what the check is, and be able to get lined up. But it is going to be a test, you know, just because there are so many, especially with your counters and things like that, that if one guy goes this way, you got to get your eyes to this wing and make sure we take him back. And very similar to the Darlington game, and I think we can rely upon that, you know, or look back on that and say we had a lot of success in preparing against Darlington with all the eye candy and those things from a passing game standpoint and from a running game standpoint that give us a lot of, a lot of good thoughts going into this game.
Homecoming week. Does that, all the stuff that goes on during school, after school, everything else, does that bother the old coach Eddie here?
Yeah, especially this week. You know, obviously playing in this game, you know, we set out and made some goals in the offseason, and, you know, this is a game that we can go in and be able to accomplish those. So, you know, for us, I do feel like the added, you know, it's like if it could be any other week, you know, it's probably better. But the good thing was we just went to Model, and I bring that up, you know, see what just happened to them. You know, we've got to really guard against that and make sure that that's not something that happens to us. So at the end of the day, we got to go out there and play hard and play the best ball we can, and we've got to try to put that behind us, all the homecoming stuff. So I just been telling them, you know, keep the main thing. Like the reason people have homecoming and the reason it's coming to our house and why everybody's coming back is because there's a football game. If it wasn't a football game to watch, you know, it's just another day. So making sure that they understand that's the most important thing.
So a win guarantees you a winning season, and a giant step probably toward getting into the playoffs postseason. Have you talked about that, or will you talk about it before the game?
No, I mean, coming into this week, you know, I just made a point of it. You know, I said, obviously, when we were 1-9, and you're sitting here in the off season, and people are trying to figure out whether they want to be a part of this thing or not, and you know, we just set out as a team in the team room where we sit every day for our team meeting, and have all our film and stuff, and it's just, hey, you know, what do you guys want to accomplish? And really ask the kids, you know, this is what they want. You know, we want to have a winning season, coach. We want to make the playoffs, and you know, wrote down all the things that we were going to have to do. Like, you can't just say those. Like, what are the actions? actions that go along with that for us to be able to achieve that goal. So the fact that they were able, they're in a moment where they can realize that opportunity. For me, I've just been preaching that to them. Like, I'm so excited to be able to see you guys be able to realize, or have an opportunity to realize your goals.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Go Rebels.
Randy Crutchfield, head coach Haralson County, getting ready to host the Temple Tigers homecoming at Taylor Stadium. We continue the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria, right after these messages.
If you've been getting that new-to-me car itch, but can't find the car you want, then check out John Thornton Buick GMC on Highway 27 in Carrollton. There's never been a better time to trade in and trade up. Used car values are at all-time highs. John Thornton Buick GMC has a great selection of certified and pre-owned vehicles for you to choose from. For excellent service and big savings, go to John Thornton Buick GMC on Highway 27 in Carrollton. Shop their huge inventory of certified and pre-owned online at johnthorntonbuickgmc.com.
American Pie Pizzeria is a family-owned restaurant and so much more. It's a family-friendly place to enjoy a lunchtime buffet, hot subs, salads, wings, and sizable calzones. It's a place to connect with friends, colleagues, and community. Dine in Monday through Saturday from 11:30 till 9 p.m. at 927 Maple Street in Carrollton. For takeout orders, 770-832-3000. American Pie Pizzeria. Like it says on the box, you never forget your first piece.
Now, back to Coach's Clinic.
Welcome back to the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria. We stop at Carrollton, visit with head coach Joey King. Trojans 7-0 again, and number 3 in this state again this week, I should say. Following the victory last week over Westlake, got into region action, and again, took care of business against an opponent where you had a chance to jump on them quick and do it.
Yeah, we did. Our guys did a good job. We gave up a couple of big plays in the first half. We had to tighten down a little bit defensively, and offensively, we kind of settled into a rhythm and really rolled and did, exactly what we were planning on doing. So it's always fun when it happens that way. It don't always happen that way as a coach, but it did, and we executed well and got a lot of different people some touches and a lot of people involved, and also we came out of it healthy, so that's a plus.
A lot of people involved, a lot of touches. Again, a lot of people that played a big part in this.
Yeah, our focus is playing team ball, and none of our guys ever get that selfish mindset where it's just about me. And even in a game, Peyton Zachary had 10 plus touches and Ryan just had a few. Ryan's just as fired up as he could be, and that's something our guys take a lot of pride in. So that's definitely a fun bunch to coach.
It's sort of been quiet. Mostly, top 5 in the state receiving yardage, and Zachary's right there with him, too.
Yeah, those guys are doing a good job. Our quarterbacks are doing a good job distributing the ball. Key Miller had a big catch. Rontre Welch, he's doing a great job for us, too. So we got a lot of guys that can make you pay if you try to hone in on one. And we move Peyton around so much. We try to hide him and use him in different ways. And then Ryan's just a great player, great teammate, and doing a remarkable job right now.
And defensively, I think, just 137 yards total offense is all they had.
Yeah, they did a good job. Like I said, they hit a couple of big plays early in the game. Once we tightened up, I think we really limited them. And then once you do that, you get more touches on offense. So, being able to take advantage of your possessions from an offensive standpoint, because the defense holding them to 3 and out, lets you be a little bit more productive offensively.
I think you're 3rd in the state scoring offense in 6A and top 10 in the state scoring defense as well. It's a good recipe for winning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good, but and I'm telling you, I know a lot of people talk about stats and focus on stats, and our kids really don't. Now their parents may, but our kids really don't, and that has paid dividends for us over the years. And we always call a game on both sides of the ball to put our players in best positions to be successful. And we're always going to try to take what the defense gives us and not really focus on who gets all these touches. It just kind of plays itself out that way sometimes, but. Our guys are doing a great job. The only stat that we talk about are those W's. That's the only one that really matters. matters to us.
Chapel Hill coming in, your first home game in region play. What about that bunch?
Yeah, we're excited about the opportunities. Homecoming, obviously a coach's favorite week of the year, but no, we're excited. Carrollton does homecoming like nobody else, and Chapel Hill they do a good job. Coach Stevens over there is I think he used to coach on maybe Coach Scott's staff here way back in the day, so it's got a little Carrollton connection, but they're doing a good job right now. They've lost some players. They're playing with some young guys in some spots. It's going to be a deal for us about making our possessions count. Last year we played them. They slowed it down on offense a lot. So we got to make sure that we make our touches count and opportunities count. And hopefully we'll end up on top. But again, you got to show up and play the game and fight the distractions of homecoming as well as Chapel Hill.
Last thing to wrap this up, and I'm going to step away from Carrollton days to go back. You coached Trevor Lawrence in high school. The play he made, game-winning touchdown, Monday Night Football. After having coached him and all the success he's had, does anything surprise you that he does?
No, he's a big old goofball. He tripped over his feet two times in a row and got up and scored the game-winning touchdown on Monday Night Football to beat the Chiefs. But nothing surprises me. One of the things that's unique about Trevor, and I tell people this story sometimes, he was always a selfless guy. He was never selfish, very driven. I talked to him one year about setting goals. What are your goals for the season this year? And I expected him to say, I want to throw for 4,000 yards. Or I want to break this record or that record. And all that was on the table. But the only thing that he told me was, Coach, I want to be the best one that's ever done it. And that's a bold statement. But he worked that way every day of the week. So to see the success is not a surprise. But as always, and in every conversation that I have with him, I'm more proud of who he is as a young man and a father and a husband than the fact that he's the Jaguar starting quarterback.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time. Good luck Friday night.
Thank you, Mike. Go Trojans.
Joey King, head coach, Carrollton Trojans, our guest here on the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria. More to come right after these messages.
You're going to fall in love with your new vehicle during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC. Fall into savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali. Take $6,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Buick Envision and $4,000 off MSRP on the new 25 Buick Envista during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC on North Park Street in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade.
American Pie Pizzeria is a family-owned restaurant and so much more. It's a family-friendly place to enjoy a lunchtime buffet, hot subs, salads, wings, and sizable calzones. It's a place to connect with friends, colleagues, and community. Dine in Monday through Saturday from 11:30 till 9 p.m. at 927 Maple Street in Carrollton. For takeout orders, 770-832-3000. American Pie Pizzeria. Like it says on the box, you never forget your first piece.
Now, back to Coach's Clinic.
What a night's ahead of us in high school football. Rivalry games, quality matchups, and games that will decide possibly home field for the first round of the playoffs. All that and more on tap for tonight. Week 9 of the schedule. Carrollton's at home with Chapel Hill. You can hear that game on KISS 102.7. B92 Countries, where you'll find the Mount Zion Bowdon matchup tonight. And again, that is our Facebook Live and YouTube streaming game of the week. Great Classics 98.9 provides you coverage of New Manchester versus Villarica, and Haralson County's hosting Temple. Hear the game on King Country at 93.7 and 101.9. Also this evening, Heard County plays host to Darlington, and in 9-man football, Holy Ground Region contest on the road at Kingsway. Thanks to the coaches for their times and talking about tonight's matchup. Thanks again for joining us for the John Thornton Buick GMC Coaches Clinic, hosted by American Pie Pizzeria. I'm Mike Paris. It's time to go. Let's send you out to the stadium, get you to the game that you're going to enjoy right here on this Friday night.
It's time for the Great Classics 98.9 Game of the Week. Brought to you by
Dollar Heating and Air, NG Turf, Don Ridge Ford, Hightower Funeral Homes, West Georgia Technical College, American Commerce Bank, John Thornton Buick GMC, Raised Dry Concrete Leveling, Nut Roofing, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Merrill and Associates.
He's going down across the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown.
Now, let's go live to the stadium with tonight's game. To bring you all the action,
alongside Michael Miller, here's Seth King.
And we come to the city of gold of Villa Rica. A border war tonight featuring the Villa Rica Wildcats and Carroll County taking on the
Well, we're in Bowdon, Georgia for a big region matchup tonight between the homestanding Bowdon Red Devils and the visiting Mount Zion Eagles. It's a beautiful night for football here at Warren P. Sewell Field, Dwight Hostetler Stadium on campus of Bowdon High School, where the Eagles will face off against the Red Devils. Eagles 5-1, Red Devils 5-2. Should be in for a great matchup tonight. You're going to catch all the action with Britt Martin and Doc Phillips right here on the Graddick Sports Radio Network. We'll catch you after a quick break.
A lot has changed since 1971. A copy of Sports Illustrated was 15 cents. Gas was 36 cents a gallon. The first computer mouse was patented, and the first Ford vehicle rolled out of the Don Rich Ford showroom. One thing that hasn't changed since then is the quality of sales and service provided by Don Rich Ford. The vehicles have changed, but the experience of buying a car from Don Rich Ford hasn't. Stop by today in downtown Villa Rica or visit them online anytime at donrichford.com.
This is Brittany Lehman, branch manager at American Commerce Bank. Fall is finally here. The air is cooler, the leaves are changing, and it's perfect season to pause and connect with what matters most. At American Commerce Bank, that means putting people first. When you bank with us, your money stays local, helping families, supporting small businesses, and strengthening our community. Stop by and meet our team of local bankers in Carrollton or Bremen and see how banking local can feel a lot like coming home. Bank local, bank better. American Commerce Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Bowdon High School. Doc Phillips, Britt Martin, here with you for it all. Right here on B92 Country and also on the Facebook and YouTube Game of the Week for Graddick Sports. Doc, good to be with you tonight.
Man, it's a pleasure to be here, and I tell you what, beautiful night for football. It's finally getting to be football weather out here, and this is what we've been looking for, a big matchup on a night like tonight.
That's right. We got the Red Devils hosting the Eagles. Mount Zion, you know, they've only lost one ball game this year. They've been playing really good football. They've also have not had an off week yet because of the way they're scheduled. They had some off week issues, had a team back out of their schedule, and man, it's going to be tough for the Mount Zion Eagles. They've got a few guys banged up tonight. I think most of them are going to give it a go and try to play tonight. Red Devils seem pretty healthy as well. Should be a really big clash. Both teams coming off big wins last week. Bowdon, of course, just handily beating the Blue Devils from Manchester. Mount Zion coming off of a big win as well. Doc, what do you think? Let's go ahead while we're at it here. Let's go ahead and do the keys to the games. Keys to the game brought to you by Morris Auto. Morris Auto Sales wants to thank their customers as they celebrate 20 years of providing quality vehicles to generations of West Georgians. At Morris Auto, customers are family. Come sit on the front porch a while. Morris Auto Sales on Bankhead Highway in Carrollton. Online at morrisautosalesinc.net. What you got? What do you think? Keys to the game for Mount Zion to win?
I think we're going to have a whole lot of penetration by that defensive line just to try to stop the big plays, because if Mount Zion gets going on a big play, then they're definitely going to try to take over the football game.
Yeah, I think we said that Mount Zion Bowdon has been an explosive play football team all year long. Mount Zion's going to have to limit those explosive plays. Keep everything in front of you tonight. I also think Mount Zion's going to need to they're going to have to control the clock. You can't let Bowdon. You got to limit the amount of possessions that Bowdon has. Less possessions should equal less explosive plays. I talked to some of their coaches before the game. They agreed. I told them my keys to the game, and he said, "Well, I think that's pretty obvious. They need to limit those explosive plays and control the clock." What do you got for Bowdon? What do you think?
Well, in my opinion, Mount Zion's got a strong running game. Once again, you're going to have to contain on the outside, just like we talk about every week. Contain them inside the tackles and let the defense do the job.
Yeah, I also think that Bowdon just really, I think Caden Prothro should be healthy this week. You got to get big number one to football in several different ways. And I think in Mount Zion's best world, this game is ugly. It's a sloppy game. They need to kind of muck it up a little bit, make things kind of messy. And in Bowdon's best world, they come out and jump on them and stay on them. So a quick start would also be a really good thing for the Red Devils. Captains for the Red Devils: 58, Stuart Powell. Number 54, that's Chase Wyndham. Number 4, Josh Hopkins, or number 4, Jonah Wilson, and number 1, Caden Prothro. Captains for the Eagles, that's going to be number 4, Damian Sanders. Number 60, that's going to be Avery Weldon. I can't see who else.
11, Augustine.
Yep,
Augustine. I'm not sure.
Kicker. And number 0, that's going to be Jay Nackey. So you've had our keys to the game. We think this could be a really good football game. It's going to be a hard-hitting football game. This is a matchup that goes back. I think these teams have played like 45 times.
Wow.
Mount Zion's only ever beaten Bowdon 3 times. But one of the things that you can say is the coach that's standing on the sideline for the Eagles right now has one of those wins. Brad Gordon got Rich Finley early in his tenure here. Keith Holloway, one of my old football coaches, also beat Bowdon at Mount Zion. I think Coach Harper was the other one that got Bowdon back in the day as well. Looks like Mount Zion has won the toss, and they want the football.
They want to score first. There you go. Keep that explosive play. Keep the explosive plays to a minimum. Try to get on the board first and try to kill a little bit of the spirit and see what they can do with it.
Try. Bowdon also sent all the seniors out to be captains tonight. It is senior night. They've turned the lights off. It's getting dark a little bit earlier. We got football weather here in Bowdon, Georgia. Both teams getting ready to run through the signs. We've cut the lights off up here.
I'm not sure how that's going to work out for me with my eyesight.
Yeah. Here come the Eagles. Other action tonight around town. We got Chapel Hill Panthers going to Grisham Stadium to play the Trojans. Temple Tigers headed down to Tallapoosa to play the Rebels. Darlington's headed to Brave Country down Highway 27 in Franklin to take on Heard County. New Manchester is at Villa Rica tonight. I think that's going to be a ball game.
Yes, sir.
And Holy Ground is over in Roswell up at Kingsway Christian. Here come the Red Devils.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen this many people in this stadium this year.
Yeah, it is a packed house. There's also a bunch of folks that made the 9-minute drive over up Highway 16 through Burwell, up Lovern Road, and into Bowdon.
They couldn't have picked a better night for it, man. This is football time right now.
Mountain Zion's cheerleaders tonight have the pink pom-poms supporting breast cancer awareness. The band is leaving the field, and we're going to have football action.
10 seconds to kickoff, baby. I'll tell you another thing that you were telling me earlier today that's a positive for Bowdon in this game is Prothro's back on defense.
Yeah, well, I expect to see him a little bit on defense. I think that he probably could have went both ways last week as well. I think they're trying to protect him a little bit. Use him when you need him, and you might need him tonight in this big game. We talk a lot about Caden Prothro and these Red Devils. Mount Zion is not short on big-time football players either. Both Ackey brothers, huge players for them. Also, Xavier Buckner, a big kid on the outside. He's going to be a lot to deal with. I really expect Mount Zion to try to get him the football 8 to 10 times tonight. Bradley Bell getting ready to kick it out for the Red Devils. Line drive kick. Comes down about the 15-yard line. He's up in the middle of the field, makes a man miss, spins over the 30, Oh, gets to about the 35. That's going to be number 9 on the return for Mount Zion. That's Caleb. Nope, that's not number 9. Number 6, Trent Harris on the return. So, quarterback Knox Israel going to lead his squad onto the field for the first time. Let's see what these Eagles have got for the Red Devils. Coach Justin Joyner dialing up the ball plays over there for Mount Zion, a Bowdon alum. Played right next to him on the offensive and defensive line from the time I was 7 years old to the time I graduated. One of the best people that I know. Mount Zion comes out in the spread formation, 2-by-2. Montgomery, the running back, behind Israel. Bowdon in that 3-man front. 3-4 defense. Montgomery moves to offset to the left. It's going to be quarterback lead with Israel. He's over the 35. Not much more than that. They're going to give him maybe the 38-yard line.
Lucky Bailey laid a nice lick that time. Squared up in his chest. Picked up maybe 2 on that one.
Looks like number 12 for the Eagles. That's Knox Israel. His helmet came off. Quarterback, so we're going to have a different player come in to play quarterback, which could be problematic because Brody Heinzman, the backup quarterback for the Eagles, is not playing tonight. We'll see how Mount Zion chooses to handle this game. Oh, did Knox come back? Brody is?
He is in the game, yes, sir.
Maybe a little trickeration. Bowdon in a 4-man front. Mount Zion got tight end, wing back right, 2 receivers over there as well. They're going to run the buck sweep to the right. Israel drops the snap. It is recovered by Bowdon. I believe that was Jack South.
That is Connor Daniel.
Connor Daniel. Surprise, surprise. They had a fumble in the backfield, and the exchange got messed up, and Bowdon scoops up the fumble. Connor Daniel on the recovery. Let's see what happened on the replay here. Mount Zion gets both those guards out, and it looked like Knox expected, or Heinzman expected the running back to be lined up in a different position. That's not the start Mount Zion needed.
Well, you get that a lot of times with the backup quarterback as well, not taking as many snaps from a particular center, and a lot of times there's confusion right there.
Josh Hopkins leads his squad onto the field. They're going to have tight end, two wing back to the left. Tight end, wing back left, twins to the right. Caden Prothro over here to the right. They trade tight end and wing back from left to right. Connor Daniel offset to the right. Now Zion in the 4-man front, play action. Hopkins drops back, looks for Jonah Wilson. He's got him in the flat. He's over the 15, down inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line. John Thornton first down for the Red Devils.
Big plays once again, offense and defense, and this team can bring them.
Bowdon tried to take a shot down there. They were looking for Caden Prothro on the fade route. Mount Zion had that covered up pretty well. Found his outlet in Jonah Wilson on the little out route. Bowdon's going to be in the same formation, just different side of the ball. Twins left. Tight end, wing back to the right. That's Jonah Wilson as the wing back. The whole line shifts. They're going to be unbalanced here. It's going to be a split zone give. Nope, they're going to throw it out in the flat to the left to Jonah Wilson. He's got all the room in the world. He turns it up. He's got it in the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Red Devils. Play action. They slid blocking back all the way across the formation. Found him in the flats. He went untouched after that shift by the offensive line.
A great block downfield by number 1, Prothro. He was blocking all the way to the goal line.
Yep. Big-time players do all the little things right. Berkeley Perkins in to hold. Bradley Bell in to try the PAT. Speaking of Prothro, he's going to be... Nope, Caden's not the snapper this week. He usually is. Can't see who it is.
I think we got number 52 in there, Jace Turner.
Kick is up, and it is good. So, with 10:37 left in the first quarter after a big play on the turnover, the Bowdon Red Devils have cashed in and went up 7-0 over the Mount Zion Eagles. You are listening to high school football on the Granite Sports Radio Network.
Hightower Family Funeral Homes with locations in Bremen, Carrollton, and Douglasville have been serving the West Georgia area for over 90 years. The Hightower family continues to maintain the level of professionalism, integrity, dignity, and compassion that has been the hallmark of the Hightower Family Funeral Home services throughout the 9+ decades. On any given day, you'll find the Hightowers actually involved with the families and communities in the West Georgia area. Hightower Family Funeral Homes, Bremen, Carrollton, and Douglasville.
Doc Phillips, Britt Martin back here with you in Bowdon, where the Red Devils have just taken a 7-0 lead over the Eagles. Bradley Bell in to kick it off for the Red Devils. Let's see if Mount Zion can get this operation running a little smoother. High end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for and made on about the 5-yard line.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Exciting game so far, Britt. I mean, this is what we've been looking for. We've talked about it all season long, and it started out exciting. Maybe Mount Zion can get something going here.
Yeah, we'll see. Now I think maybe the return man had a little bit different interpretation of the rules. In college, if you call a fair catch on the kickoff, you get it on the 25. In high school, you get it where the fair catch is called. So, the Eagles pin back deep. Knox Israel back in there. They got tight end, wing back to the right, also twins to the right. Montgomery in the pistol formation. Bowdon in a four-man front. Montgomery moves over to wing back to the left. That's going to leave Knox back there by himself. It's going to be a quarterback run to the left. He's got a little bit of room on the edge, but it closed quickly. He gets maybe 2 yards. Looks like, I think Connor Daniel was in there on the tackle.
Yes, it was.
Jack South South on the tackle. They ran a little quarterback zone over here to the left side. Montgomery did a great job of turning out Jonah Wilson, but Jack South came from that outside linebacker position and folded in there very nicely.
And Jonah Wilson again did what he was supposed to do and turned him inside where everybody else was.
Twins right, tight end wing back to the left. Montgomery's offset to the right. Israel going to drop back to pass, and he throws complete on the stopper. I know they're going to say incomplete. I thought Buckner had it.
That's twice the snap has gone off to the right of the quarterback. He got a hold of it this time, but that is so important. You got to hit him in his chest with it.
Yeah, if you see on the replay here, the center seems like he needs to have that ball a little bit more out in front of him.
Yeah,
he's kind of over the top of the football right there. Third down, 7 yards to go. Big play here for the Bowdon defense. Mount Zion really needs a first down. Keep this thing going. They're going to be in a 2-by-2 spread formation. Montgomery's in the pistol behind Knox Israel. Bowdon looks like they're going to send a little bit of pressure in the A-gaps. Montgomery moves to offset right. False start on the Eagles. Everybody moved,
yeah,
except for the center.
Well, one thing I was going to say about the center, you know, when I played center, you wanted to put your weight on the ball so it propelled you forward to make a block, you know, after the snap. This center is unlike any that we've seen this year. He actually throws a bullet back there. Everybody else kind of lobs it back, you know, sideways. I don't know exactly how to explain it. This guy throws a bullet.
That's going to make it third down and 11 or 12. Same formation, twins to either side. Red Devils still showing a little bit of pressure. They back off. Knox drops back, sees some pressure. He's going to take off and run. He's a big kid. He gets back to about the 9 or 10 yard line. There, it's going to bring up fourth down, but there's a flag late.
KK Patterson on the stop that time.
That's got to be a dead ball, like a personal foul or something. We'll see what's happened here. Paul Wilson on the tackle that time for the Red Devils.
It is a dead ball, personal foul.
And it's going against the Red Devils. That's going to bail Mount Zion out of some trouble and give them a John Thornton first down. I didn't see what happened.
He's not going to tell us.
Our spotter over here says it's on number 5, Berkeley Perkins, for the Red Devils. I talked to Berkeley this week, and they interviewed him as he's part of the baseball team, too. Man, these Red Devils, they had really good media training. I kept trying to pick and prod and ask them about the football game this week, and they did not take the bait. First and 10.
They didn't want to run, did they?
First and 10 for the Eagles at about the 23-yard line. Tight end, wing back to the left, twins to the left. Montgomery currently is in the pistol. They're going to move him, I bet. Red Devils in a 4-man front. It's going to be buck sweep to the left-hand side. He gets a little bit, gets over the 25, up to about the 26-yard line, maybe the 27.
Jack South got in that time to grab an ankle.
That's going to be a key to the game for Mount Zion, I think. They really need to run the football, and they know that. They know they need to, even if it doesn't feel, you're not getting big chunk plays, you've got to control the clock, limit the possessions for Bowdon. That's going to be a big deal for Mount Zion.
Take your 4 yards a shot, run time off the clock, and that's how you keep the game under control.
They got tight end right, wing back left, twins to the right. They're going to shift and go to an empty formation. They're going to have quads to the right, a tight slot to the left, motion from left to right, and we got a whistle. It's going to be a false start on Mount Zion. I didn't really see anybody move, Doc.
I didn't either.
They're going to back them up. Got to stay ahead of the chains if you're the Eagles.
Hey, but it could be something as small as the ball moving.
Could have been a snap infraction. Yep. Which, you know, as a former official, if the center's head is in front of the football, isn't he lined up offsides?
Yes, he is. But, you know, from what I've seen so far, they're allowing everybody's head to be on top of the football. So I'm not sure if that's been a point of emphasis not to call that or whatever. But a lot of teams this year are lining up with their head right where the ball's at. You can go by the front, tip the ball, but that's too close.
It's kind of ticky-tacky to call that on the regular, you know.
Right.
Coach Abrams signaling into his defense. Mount Zion is in the huddle, kind of a muddled huddle. They got some wide receivers out there. And I think Mount Zion's going to take a timeout.
They are.
So with 8:50 left in the first quarter, we'll take this timeout with them. 7-0 Red Devils over Eagles. You're listening to high school football, and this is the Braddock Sports Radio Network.
Hello, I'm Keith Reynolds with Merrill & Associates. We want to be your one-stop shop for all your HVAC needs. We repair, replace, install, and maintain all your home and commercial HVAC equipment. We still believe that integrity and honesty along with outstanding customer service is what sets us apart from all of our competition. Turn to the experts and give us a call at Merrill & Associates, 770-834-7330. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Bowdon. 8:50 left in the first quarter. Red Devils up 7-0 over the Mount Zion Eagles. Mount Zion's going to have its second of 11.5. I want to let you know that this week's video game of the week is brought to you by Amy Brown State Farm. While we got a second waiting on the Eagles, we can get a couple of these sponsors in. American Commerce Bank, John Thornton, Cadillac Buick GMC, West Georgia Technical College, Dollar Heating and Air, Hightower Funeral Home, Don Ridge Ford, Maryland Associates, NG Turf, Nut Roofing, Raised Right Concrete Leveling, Buffalo Wild Wings, Southeastern Insurance Association, and Soul Roots Racing.
Hopefully in a little while we can get the name of this film crew because they do a jam-up job.
He said he's going to text it to me. All right, twins right, tight end wing back to the left. Israel rolls to his right, short roll, and he's sacked. Big pressure off the edge. Connor Daniel coming on the blitz. And it was a great defensive play call. Knox Israel rolled right into the pressure, and that's the wrong way to be moving.
He didn't get a breath on him when he came by anybody right there, man. He just shot straight in.
And, yeah, somehow Bowdon still got plus numbers to the strong side of the field that time, to the tight end side. Mount Zion did everything right. They gave up a little pressure to the big guy, Cooley. Everybody stepped the right direction. They just had them outnumbered over there. 3rd down and 15. 16. Tight bunch to the left. Single receiver to the right. That's going to be Buckner. Might be a penalty. Hey, motion. No, they don't call it. Israel drops back. Yeah, they do. And Israel just slings it out of bounds. I think that's going to be a holding call. There's a flag down. I believe it's holding on the Eagles.
It's going to have to be.
I think it's on the right tackle over there.
I thought there was motion to the man.
He started too early.
Slot
yeah, he started.
Had not set yet before the snap, so he was moving toward the line.
He was, but they didn't throw that flag. Well, they're called delay of game on the Red Devils. And holding on the Eagles. So Mount Zion's going to get another shot at the 3rd and 16.
The flag came out in the middle of the play. How do you call a delay of game in the middle of the play?
I don't know. I didn't see what happened. You can see right here, though, Montgomery comes up to the line. I thought that should have been a penalty. That bad holding by the right tackle there.
Wow. And we haven't seen this crew yet. I hate to make any assumptions, but I don't know how that call was made.
I don't know what the delay of game was. I didn't see anything on the replay. So 3rd and 16. Eagles got twins to the right, tight end to the right, wing back to the left. Running back moves from pistol to offset right, kind of in a blocking back formation. Knox takes a snap, rolls to the right, throws the ball down the field. It's going to be complete, and he's hit immediately by Mike Patterson. That's going to be number 10 for Mount Zion on the reception. That's Jordan Smith, and that's going to bring in the punt squad. Only about a 2-yard gain on the play.
I tell you what, that is a chance you take every time you throw it high on the outside. Mike Patterson is going to take the lick on him.
He is.
And I love it.
Punt unit in for the Eagles. Berkeley Perkins back deep for the Red Devils. I believe that's Augustin. It's going to be, that's Alan Escobar Augustin that's going to be kicking it away for the Eagles. They do some shifting around on the punt squad. Got everybody overloaded to the right-hand side. Good snap. Augustin's going to rugby kick it away. High kick. Comes down about the 45. Bounces, gives the Eagle bounce inside the 35. Down to all the way down to about the 30-yard line. Nice punt. You got to flip the field. Bowdon's had their first possession on the plus side of the field after the turnover. Now you're going to see if they can drive it.
I tell you what, Bowdon's going to get some ideas from that right there. They were close to blocking that punt, and that's without sending somebody.
Yeah, I mean, they Mount Zion shifted everybody to the right-hand side of the punt formation, and they did the old rugby punt. That's dangerous because you're kind of rolling to where the most people are.
Right.
Red Devils.
I believe it was number 10, Joshua Chandler, was close to getting a hand on that one.
Yeah, they had some pressure. He rolled right into the pressure. All right, Red Devils come out. They've got really wide trips over here to the right. That's Keelan Prothro and Berkeley Perkins and Jed Abrams. Jonah Wilson moves from right to left up front. It's going to be a play action. They're going to throw it out to Berkeley Perkins on the screen. He makes a move. I thought they had a face mask there. Breaks a couple tackles. He's up over the 35. There is a flag.
We got a flag. It's
going to be a face mask. I think it's going to be a face mask on Mount Zion. I thought I saw Berkeley's head jerk around. Maybe I'm wrong.
It did. I'm pretty sure that's what the penalty is going to be for.
It is a personal foul face mask on the Eagles. That's going to be free 15 after Berkeley got about 7.
And, he started to mark it off from the end of the run, but they're bringing him back to the spot of the foul to mark that one off.
It should be from the end of the run, right?
I would think so on that one, but I'm not wearing the white hat.
Well, not anymore, you're not. You see the face mask there on the replay. All right, Bowdon got it. John Thornton, 1st and 10. They got twins right. Single receiver to the left. Jonah Wilson's a wingback to the left. Kind of a trips formation over there. Connor Daniel offset to the right. They're going to drop back to pass again. Hopkins steps up, got Caden Prothro on the drag route. It's complete, but they stop him right there. And that's what Mount Zion's got to do to stay in the ballgame. They've got to make the tackle when the receiver makes the catch. These Red Devils can make a 3-yard gain into a 65-yard gain in a heartbeat.
Right. Prothro gets a step upfield, and he's dangerous.
He's elite. Fun fact, Doc, so far Bowdon has not ran the football. They got two wingbacks. And a receiver to the right. Twins to the left. Josh Hawkins in empty formation. He's going to throw it out there to Berkeley Perkins on the screen. And great tackle that time by number 8 for the Eagles. That's going to be Caleb Houston. Goodness gracious. He came free. Jed Abrams, honestly, or I didn't see who the blocker was over there, but he didn't block a soul.
No, he didn't.
And he came undeterred.
He saw the receiver, didn't know the ball was coming.
That was Caden Prothro that missed a block over there. Man, buddy. All right, 3rd down, about 7 yards ago. Ball's on about the 48-yard line. Empty formation. They got a bunch to the left, and they move 2 people over to the right. Jackson Jones and Jonah Wilson double wing back to the right. Josh Hawkins drops back, going to roll to the right, look back to his left, step up in the pocket. Throws it deep. He's got Berkeley Perkins wide open down the field, and he just overthrows him. He had the right idea. Berkeley got behind the defense. And, man, what a great job by Josh Hawkins to see that. He just put a little bit too much oomph. I guess he got scared of how wide open he was.
And take your hat off to the offensive line that time, too. They stayed at home. Nobody downfield. It almost worked out to be a beautiful play.
It was good. But Mount Zion comes up with a much-needed stop, and that's going to bring Connor Daniel and the punting unit onto the field. 5:27 left in the first quarter. Bowdon up 7-0 over the Eagles. Back deep for the Eagles is, I can't see, that's going to be Houston.
Yep.
Connor gets his foot into it. Kind of a wobbly punt over to the right-hand side. It's going to come down about the 20-yard line and bounce straight up and hit Keelan Prothro, or Mike Patterson.
Hit Mike on the 20.
But they're going to spot it all the way down at the 13. That should have been on the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that other referee's saying, hey, buddy, we got to move it up.
Because the one over here didn't throw his beanbag. The one over there did. They're moving it back.
There's a little bit of discussion here. Yeah, I think maybe the more senior official won that battle. And they are going to spot it 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line for the Eagles.
Well, once again, in his defense, if he didn't see it,
that's right.
He'd call it, but somebody needs to see it, and somebody did.
All right, looks like Mount Zion's going to have 2 tight end. Well, a tight end wingback right, wingback left, single receiver out to the left. And Montgomery, that's Akey behind, offset to the left of Knox Israel. Here comes the buck sweep. Nope. That's going to be a false start on Mount Zion. Left guard moved early.
So the defense can move. Mount Zion's pointing toward the Bowdon side over here, but the defense can't move. They just can't cross over.
Bowdon stemmed their defensive line a little bit late. And what that means is, they shifted from like a 1-tech to a 3-tech up there. Bowdon's defensive line playing some games up front, and that kind of caused a little bit of jitters in the left guard. Same formation. They're going to have tight end wing right, wing back to the left, a receiver to the left. Back moves from pistol to offset left. Here comes the motion by the wing back. And it's going to be a little reverse, kind of a discombobulated look in the backfield, and he only gets 2 or 3 yards. They're going to say maybe 4 yards.
I'm not sure if
it just looked mistimed.
It seemed like the snap was off a little bit because the man in motion had to stop to wait for the ball to get
I think he left a little early.
Yeah.
I think the motion man might have left a little early. The elements of the wing T offense and what Justin Joyner is running over here at Mount Zion. You can see "Let's Go Eagles" by Kathy Roberts.
It's all about timing, man.
And this offense, it definitely is. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 11, ball on the 19. They're going to have a wing back to the right, a wing back to the left, receiver to either side. Aki moves out of the backfield to wing back right. They're going to run the jet sweep to the right with Houston. And he's up over the 20 to the 25. No, that's not Houston. I'm sorry. It's
another giant.
It's number 9, and we don't have a number 9 on our roster.
But we will find out.
We will find out. So 3rd down, about 5 yards to go. Ball on the 25-yard line. Mount Zion's got a single receiver to either side, double wing back. Running back in the pistol. That's Aki. Wing back moves from left to right. And they're going to give it up the middle to Aki on a little split zone play. Not much doing. Maybe 2 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th down for the Eagles.
4th and 2.
It's too deep in your own territory. You got to punt this one away, right, Doc?
You would think so. But I don't see anybody coming on from the sideline. They may decide to run it.
3.5 minutes left. Jonah Wilson on the stop that time.
He's looking at his wristband.
Looks like Mount Zion's going to roll the dice on 4th and 2. I bet they try to draw Bowdon offside right here. They're going to have twins to the left, tight end, wing back right. Nope, tight end left, wing back right. Running back moves from pistol to offset left, motion from left to right. They're not going to run a play. They're going to just try to draw Bowdon offside. Then Brad Gordon does take the timeout. We're going to take it with them with 3:11 left in the first quarter. Bowdon 7, Mount Zion 0. You're listening to West Georgia High School football on the Braddock Sports Radio Network.
Back in my day, we didn't level concrete. We just tripped over it and called it a character-building experience. When your sidewalks are more unstable than your situationship, Raised Right Concrete Leveling is here to smooth things over. Raised Right is a great alternative to replacing concrete. They use an expanding polyurethane foam to raise, level, and stabilize your slab, filling the voids that cause your concrete to sink, providing a permanent fix for half the cost. Visit RaisedItRight.com today or call 404-796-5569.
Doc Phillips, Britt Martin back with you here in Bowdon. Just a quick correction. Number 9 is Xavier Buckner. He's not listed on the roster, but he's definitely a big-time part of the Eagles. They are going to go for it here. No, they're not. That's Augustin back in punt formation. But nobody deep for Bowdon. Bowdon playing a little punt safe. They shift everybody from left to right. Augustin is going to roll to the right. He's going to put his foot into it. Nobody's back there. Great punt by Buckner. Doesn't take a great bounce for the Eagles. Bounce on from the 35. Now it's rolling back toward midfield. And the bounce on the punt got Bowdon a good punt return, Doc.
He came back about 11 yards from it. Hit around the 30. Hit about the 35. Come back to the
45.
46.
Yeah, 46. 4 arrows spotted on the 46.
And first down Bowdon. 2:59 left to go in the quarter.
Mount Zion did a great job of getting the stop last time. But Bowdon missed a absolute touchdown pass.
And like you said, still haven't run the ball.
And they still have not handed the football off. I think you're going to get a handoff right here. Bowdon's got kind of a bunch trips formation to the left. That's Prothrow, and Wilson. They do the shift on the offensive line again. This is going to be a zone give to Connor Daniel to the left. He turns it up over the 45. He got to about the 47. Great job by that front of Mount Zion that time. I think they kind of confused them the last time they ran that offensive line shift. Mount Zion adjusted well that time, got the numbers right, made a good play on Connor Daniel. I couldn't see who made the tackle.
Damian Sanders came from the outside position over here on the defense. He just skimmed the line to make the tackle.
Yeah, Knox Israel in on that tackle too. You don't see many quarterbacks that also play Mike linebacker.
Right.
2nd down 9 for Bowdon. They got twin stacked receivers, Prothrow to the left. Jonah Wilson's a blocker back, moves from left to right. Connor Daniel offset to the right. Going to be a zone counter give to Daniel, and he gets maybe up to midfield. Not much doing that time. for the Red Devils. Maybe that's why they hadn't been running the ball. Maybe they knew it'd be a struggle tonight against this Eagle defense.
And once again, from this left side here, I believe it's Caleb Houston skimmed the line down to make the tackle again.
Really nice. Brad Gordon is, a Brad Gordon coach defense, kids are going to be in the right spots. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing this a long time. 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the Red Devils. Ball at midfield. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. They got a blocking back to the right, twin to the right, Caden Prothro over there to the left. Mount Zion getting ready to bring some pressure, and he was unevaded to the quarterback. That was Jaden Ackey. And, boy, he got so excited about that.
He's ready to go. He was to the quarterback before the ball was.
Brad Gordon had the overload blitz dialed up. And, man, he timed it wrong. That's going to make it 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 6. Those are kind of errors that you can't make if you're Mount Zion if you want to stay in this ball game. Red Devils make a few personnel changes. Big number 40, I believe that's Palmer, coming into the ball game.
Marcus Harper also returning.
Gavin Palmer, Marcus Harper. They're going to go with their big package. They got J.D. Cooley in there at offensive lineman. Caden Prothro going to be lined up by himself to the right-hand side. They got 2 wingbacks in there. Marcus Harper's at tight end right. Connor Daniel offset to the left of Josh Hopkins. Mount Zion folks making some noise. Going to be inside give, a little power give to Connor Daniel. He's up over the 45, inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line, and that's a John Thornton 1st down for the Red Devils.
Connor Daniels does that better than anybody I've seen. He gets the ball, and somehow he pauses to wait for that hole to open up for him.
And you don't see many negative plays from Connor either. I mean, he's going to fall forward and get what he can.
But I've never seen an offense run to where he has to physically stop and wait for the hole, but Connor is the best at it.
Bowdon runs that offensive line shift again. They have a bunch trips to the right. It's going to be a quarterback sweep to the right. Hopkins inside the 45 and just slides down. Smart move. He's going to be down to about the 33.
Number 4, Damian Sanders, is going to get credit for that stop. He's the one that laid on top of it.
Gain of 6. 2nd down, about 4. That was really smart play by Hopkins. You know, you don't want your quarterback taking a lot of hits, especially when your backup quarterback is lined up next to you at running back.
Right.
2nd and 4. Red Devils shift some people around. Daniel lined up to the left. Jonah Wilson blocking back right. Trip to the left. Going to be an inside give to Connor Daniel. He's down to about the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up, nope, they're going to say, yeah, right at the 30, about 3rd and 1.5.
Had about a yard to go to pick up the 1st down, 3rd down.
Palmer comes back in. Jet Abrams checks out. Berkeley Perkins checks out. They're going to be in that big set. Keelan Prothro standing down there about the numbers. And it's going to be I think we're going to have a timeout.
Brandon Neal just checked in.
Who called the timeout?
I believe it's going to be Bowdon.
Timeout, Red Devils. Let's keep it right. No, I'm sorry. That's the end of the first quarter. And at the end of one, the Bowdon Red Devils are up on the Mount Zion Eagles 7-0. We got a ball game in Bowdon. You're listening to high school football on the Granite Sports Radio Network.
Huddle up, wing lovers, and double your count for less on Wing Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings, get one for 50% off. No time to dine? Order for delivery and wing it up with a crew at home. Or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit one per order, not valid with any other offers. Additional terms and conditions apply. Huddle up for Wing Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Find your future at West Georgia Technical College. Right here in West Georgia, we offer hands-on, career-ready training for today's high-demand jobs. Whether you want to start a new career or level up your skills, you can graduate in 2 years or less without the debt. Our programs are fast, affordable, and designed to get you working. Plus, high school students can jumpstart their education, earning college credit with our dual enrollment program. Start your journey at West Georgia Technical College. Learn more at westgatech.edu.
You're listening to high school football coverage on B92 Country, WBGR FM, Carrollton.
On a 3rd down play, Connor Daniel up the middle, breaks some tackles, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils.
29-yard run.
Bowdon did the old shift-a-roo again, moved the offensive line from right to left, try to gain an extra gap on the strong side. They ran just an old school ISO. Connor Daniel ran through the strong side A-gap and broke a tackle, and House called it.
8 seconds into the second quarter, Bowdon goes up 13-0, and we are ready for the extra point.
Well, that'll show me from wondering if Bowdon could run the football. Bradley Bell in to kick the PAT. Berkeley Perkins to hold. Snap. Kick up. Good. So with 11:52 left in the first half, the Red Devils have taken a 14-0 lead over the Mount Zion Eagles. Once again, you are listening to high school football, and you are doing so on the Gradic Sports Radio Network.
No matter where you have to go, your feet have to get you there. Soul Roots knows this better than anyone. That's why they are dedicated to taking care of you and your feet. Soul Roots offers the latest styles of the absolute best brands of shoes with your feet in mind, featuring Hoka, Ulta, and On running shoes. Come in and get your free fitting by one of their fit experts. That's Soul Roots Running Company, 150 Maple Crossing, Suite 101. Online at soulrootsracing.com.
Well, on the first play of the second quarter, the Red Devils strike pay dirt as Connor Daniel takes it 29 yards to the house. 14-0, Red Devils over Eagles. Mount Zion needs a drive right here, Doc.
And he wasn't bad right here. Big play, drive, whatever it takes. Just get on the board.
Bradley Bell going to put his big right leg into it. Does a little squib kick, bounces around. Red Devils get down and try to cover. Mount Zion does pick it up at the 30-yard line. He comes to the Red Devil sideline. He's up for the 35, and right there is where the tackle is made. I believe Sawyer Smith in on that tackle. Also
Marcus
Harper.
Nobody was expecting that kick.
Well, I don't understand that. Maybe Bradley missed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Mount Zion had a decent little return on the first one and then miscued a fair catch on the second one.
Well, he's limping coming off the field here, so maybe he did miss.
He might have just missed a little bit. Yeah, he looks a little dejected. I don't think that was intentional. They might need to get somebody to look at Bradley Bell.
Yeah, he's holding just above his knee like he missed it and just kind of hyperextended or something.
Mount Zion comes out in the I formation. Hadn't seen this from the Eagles this year. Two tight end. No, it's not the I formation. Running back in the pistol. Blocking back to the left. Tight end to the left. They're going to run the counter to the left. That's going to be Montgomery. Nothing doing. Jack South drives him backwards.
I tell you what, if Jack South gets going, it may be a long day.
They're going to say he got maybe a half a yard.
And I know a running back is looking for a hole to hit, but when it's not there, you got to tuck your head, hit whatever's in front of you, and drive it as far as you can go.
Looks like they missed a holding call right on the inside of the line right there, too. Tight end wing back to the right, twins to the left. Montgomery in the pistol behind. Knocks it. He moved from pistol to way offset left. Israel's going to roll to the right, short roll, take a shot downfield. He's looking for Buckner. Hell, he had him. It went right through his hand. Buckner has such a size advantage over Mike Patterson over there, and really anybody that Bowdon can put out there at cornerback, they've got to keep taking shots to Buckner.
About the only guy that's going to size up with him is Pro Throw, of course, but I don't know if he's going to have Mike's speed.
Looked like Buckner did slow down a little bit. Israel put enough air under it. Maybe if he'd led him a little more.
And I see a sign of our first cowbell.
We got some cowbells. 3rd and 9. Tight end left, wing back right, twins to the left. Running back offset to the left. They're going to run a little reverse, a little inside reverse. They got a little room. He's up over the 45, almost to the 45. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 1. I think the Eagles are going to go for this. Who was that on the carry?
I believe it was Trent Harris.
It was Trent Harris. That's right. They ran it was kind of a buck sweep, but they did so off the reverse. That was a nifty play there by Coach Joyner.
Inside handoff that time. He just slid by everybody.
They ran buck sweep left, but they handed the ball to the right, and then Montgomery handed it back up underneath to the left, and he became the buck sweep back following those big guards. 4th and 1. Offense on the field. 2 wing backs, 2 receivers, 1 to either side. This is going to be Knox Israel territory. I think you're going to get a quarterback run right here. They fumbled the snap. And Knox has to fall on it at the 41.
4th down.
And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Big J.D. Cooley calls that play. Man, he rocked that center.
How many times have we seen the center position play a huge role in a football game this year?
Man, the center's got to get the ball more out in front of him. He just doesn't have anything on it.
First job, the quarterback's got to have the ball or nothing happens. Your first job is to get the quarterback the ball, then you worry about a block. You're not the guy that wants to be high on the charts and blocking in this game. You want to be high on the charts and making sure the play happens.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for the Eagles. I think they had a little quarterback lead dialed up, and I think they had the numbers to get it. Red Devils, nonetheless, take over on offense. Mike Patterson and Caden Prothro, twins to the left. 2 wingbacks to the right. Hopkins back there in empty formation. It's going to be quarterback counter to the left. He's got a little bit of room where I thought he did, but he closes quick and he gets about 3 yards.
Yeah, that closed down real quick that time.
Caleb Harris on the stop. Houston on the stop.
And Jaden Ackey got in there with him.
Second down. They got 2 wingbacks, 1 to either side. Twins rights. Caden Prothro over there to the left. Hopkins in empty formation again. Hard count. Looks to the sideline to adjust his play. Blocking backs are Jackson Jones and Jonah Wilson. This is Caden Prothro time. They're going to throw a little stop route out to him, and he makes a move. It's going to be a John Thornton. No, it might be a first down. It's going to be close to it. It's going to mark him a little bit short. Yep. That was a free shout out to John Thornton.
It's going to bring up 3rd and about 1. But you were right. Caden Prothro time, but they're closing in on him. They're already going to double team him. But both guys closing in on him. They're not going to let him have any open field.
Yeah, they're playing a little soft man coverage right there. Bowdon, they're missing a player. I don't think they have a quarterback on the field. Bowdon's going to have to call timeout. They don't yet. And now somebody runs. Jack South runs on late. They are going to burn a timeout. They are going to burn a timeout. They were trying to go Wildcat there and snap the ball to Jonah Wilson, but Jack South
not happy.
I bet Coach Finley's not happy either. He's kind of giving it to him down there. We're going to keep it right here. Doc Mount Zion needs to stop.
They need it bad. They brought number 56 in to beef up the line a little bit, Michael Nesby, but it's a big play right here. They're going to have to fill the hole and make them work for it.
Damn. Last year, as you see on your screen, Bowdon won the game at Mount Zion 49-0. Eagles last beat Bowdon in 2018.
It's been a minute.
Schools only 9.3 miles apart. Bowdon leads the series 35-4.
Are we going to do the little screen pass right here?
No, they're going to run the football right here.
All right.
Carrollton up over Chapel Hill Panthers 35-0 in the second quarter. Harrelson County over Temple 6-0 in the second quarter. New Man up over Villarica 3-0 in the second quarter. Heard County all over Darlington 20-7 in the first quarter. Got the Wildcat pack, the Wild Wilson in the game. Jonah Wilson at quarterback, 3 blocking backs in front of him. They snap it, he's going to run right up the middle, and it's going to be a first down.
Maybe that was a mouthpiece. I saw something hit the ground.
It was a mouthpiece. It was a mouthpiece. They're going to spot the ball right at the 30. That's just about where they needed to get.
And they're moving the chains.
8:41 left in the first half. Bowdon up 14-0 and moving the ball.
And here go the Cowbells.
Chalk another one up to John Thornton. Caden Prothro, solo receiver to the left. They got tripped to the right. That's Jonah Wilson, Berkeley Perkins, and Keelan Prothro. Connor Daniel offset to the right of Josh Hopkins. Wilson moves into the formation. Play action. Hopkins should have turned it loose, but now he's going to try to run. He gets over the 30, over the 25. Oh, he's gone. He's not gone. He's not gone. That was an explosive run on the scramble by Hopkins. He gets down right inside the 10-yard line.
You were right. He should have let that one go, but he made up for it.
He had Berkeley Perkins on a little quick slant route, wide open. He couldn't pull the trigger. He scrambles, and if he breaks that ankle tackle right there, it's good night, sweetheart.
Yes, sir, it was. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 on about the 11-yard line, I believe.
Bowdon changing some personnel. I believe you're going to get Jonah Wilson at the quarterback position again. They're going to have tight quads over the left-hand side. They got tight end, 2 wingbacks, and Caden Prothro. Josh Hopkins takes a snap with Jonah in the backfield. It's going to be quarterback sweep left. They have a man in the backfield to stop it. Hopkins tries to cut back from left to right.
Look at that.
Great job by Mount Zion staying at home on the backside of the play, but Hopkins still drives his feet and gets a couple yards.
With 2 guys on, he still picked up 4 yards after that.
Strong kid.
Had those guys not stayed at home, man, it would be another 6 on the board, but great job that time by the outside left-handed side of that defense.
Yeah, they tried to run the counter play, and I think Hopkins should have stuck with it. He had some numbers over there, and he got a little timid and tried to cut it back. Same formation. They've got 2 blocking backs to the left, stacked receivers to the left. Jonah's in the backfield with Josh Hopkins. Going to be an inside zone give to Jonah Wilson. He runs his feet. He jumps, he dives, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils. What a great effort by Jonah Wilson. basically crawled into the end zone. He jumped over a tackler and crawled to pay dirt.
Excellent balance that time to just roll on in.
Goodness gracious. Red Devils up 20-0. PAT impending.
.6:43 on the clock.
Bradley Bell in to try the PAT. And boy, Mount Zion got in a little bit of a hurry that time.
They were going to block it,
Jaden Hackey was coming. And they're going to spot it half the distance to the goal. I think Bowdon will probably just go on and kick it again.
That kid goes from 0 to 60 in no time.
Good to see Bradley Bell in the game to kick the PAT after what looked like a little tweak to his right leg. Coach Finley, he might just decline the penalty. He's going to decline the penalty and keep the ball right there. Kickers are a little bit different in the head, and anything different can throw them off sometimes.
Make them think too much.
With all the respect in the world to kickers, it's the hardest job on the football field. Oh, another false start, another offsides on the Eagles. They're just antsy over there. We're going to decline the penalty again. Nope, he wants to take it that time, and Rich Finley sending the offense back on the field.
Uh-oh. It's been brought to our attention about the center moving the ball again. Got called on them last week, and if they're not careful, it's going to be called again because that's a penalty anywhere you go.
Got the Wild Wilson on the field. Jonah Wilson in at Wildcat quarterback. They got 3 blocking backs in front of him. And this is just going to be Jonah Wilson power football. He runs straight up the middle and into the end zone. 2-point conversion good. So with 6:43 left in the first half, the Red Devils find the end zone again, and they're up 22-0 over the Mount Zion Eagles. This is high school football, and you're listening to it on the Graddick Sports Radio Network.
Hey truckers, been canceled by your current insurance company? Are your premiums too high? Southeastern Insurance Associates is here to help with down payments as low as 10% and monthly payments as low as $1,000. You need to call Southeastern Insurance Associates. From big rigs to box trucks, hot shots to pickups, call an agent for your free quote today at 678-664-2838 or stop by the office at 740 Bankhead Highway in Carrollton. Southeastern Insurance Associates.
Doc Phillips, Britt Martin back here with you. 6:43 left before halftime. Red Devils up by 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion over the Eagles, 22-0. They got the lights flashing here as the kickoff gets ready to happen. Bradley Bell getting ready to put his foot into it. He didn't miss that one. End over end kick comes down about the 5-yard line. Going to be fielded. I think that's Buckner. Buckner going to bring it up over the 20. Breaks the tackle at the 20. Host of Red Devils swarm him. Sawyer Smith made initial contact. He broke that tackle. And a swarm of Red Devils get him at the 25.
That swarm got him, but he also shook a swarm of them before that.
Yeah, nice job that time. I think it was Harris, or Houston, but not Buckner that time. You got to see Mount Zion they need something here, and I think it's got to come from Xavier Buckner. They took a shot to him a little bit in the last series. They need to find a way to get him in a one-on-one matchup.
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. Coming to Bowdon is not an easy task. Coming here to play ball, there's a little more pressure on you.
That's right.
You got to settle down and start playing ball.
Buckner over there matched up against Mike Patterson. They got tight end left, wingback right, 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Running back moves from pistol to offset left. Knox Israel takes a snap, runs a buck sweep to the left-hand side. He's got a little room. He's up over the 30, drives his feet to about the 36-yard line. That's going to be a John Thornton first down for the Eagles.
I'm glad to see that for them. They needed a play to kind of get their heads up a little bit, get some wind in their lungs.
Is that the first down for Mount Zion tonight?
I believe it is so far.
They want to be a running football team, and you got to run the ball to keep everything else.
We got Jack's
out. Yep, he's limping off the field over here. Hope he can come back. He's a big-time player for this Red Devils defense. Going to be around 6 minutes by the time we get the ball snapped. They're going to have tight end wingback to the right. Cecilia and Pam are watching. Way to go, Devils. Running back offset to the left. They're going to drop back. They're looking at Buckner. They're going to take a shot. He's got him. Great. Oh, I thought he caught it. He dropped the ball. Nice back shoulder ball by Knox Israel. Had him one-on-one. That's what you want.
Made him slow down a little bit that time to beat the ball. But, I mean, what do you do, man? Last time we overthrew him. Now we just got to get it to where he can get his hands on it.
It was back shoulder. I mean, he threw the ball well. You see on the replay, I mean, he caught the football and just Mike Patterson made a good play on the ball, didn't give up on it. Man, it hit him in the worst place it could hit him, right in the hands. Same formation from Mount Zion. They're going to run an outside zone play. Montgomery breaks the tackle in the backfield. So makes another man miss. He's up over the 40 to the 45. About a 9-yard gain for the Eagles.
I guarantee you there's no quit in that kid right there.
Oh, and there's a late flag on the play, and I think that's going to be on the Red Devils.
I believe it's going to be.
Nope. Yeah, maybe. Josh Chandler was kind of jawing after the play. He flexed on him a little bit. We'll wait the call.
Dead ball, personal foul.
Oh, we're going to call it on Mount Zion. Hard to know what happens in those squirms and piles down there. They're going to back the Eagles up 15 yards. It's going to be third down, about 16 for the Eagles. Ball's going to be spotted on the 30-yard line. Red Devils in a 4-man front. Single receiver to either side. Back moves from pistol to offset left. You got to take a shot at Buckner here. He's looking his way. He's going to fire it down the field. Connects with him this time. Xavier Buckner. He's gone. He's from 20, 15, 10, 5. Half ball Eagles.
That kid's got some speed on him.
Yeah, he's got some wheels. Xavier Buckner
just
on
like
the go
that
route. And you got to do that. You got to keep doing that if you're Mount Zion.
I mean, you know you've got the matchup out there you want. You just got to get the kid the ball.
Great protection that time by the Eagles offensive line. Mike Patterson tried to make a play on the football, and he should have just made the tackle.
Wow. And that changed the tone of this game.
Augustin on to try the PAT. Snap's good. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:30 left, Mount Zion making some noise. Red Devils lead 22-7 over the Eagles. We'll take a quick break and be right back. You're listening to high school football on the Granite Sports Radio Network.
You're going to fall in love with your new vehicle during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC. Fall into savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali. Take $6,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Buick Envision and $4,000 off MSRP on the new 25 Buick Envista during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC on North Park Street in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade.
Doc Phillips, Britt Martin back here with you. Mount Zion desperately needed that touchdown drive, and I think that's got to be their formula. They've got to keep throwing it to number 9, Xavier Buckner. They've got a mismatch over there, Doc.
Man, I'm glad to see this because this game not only could basically sum up the region, but it's so close to home, man. This game is important to all of them.
And they're going to have a substitution infraction, I believe.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I think somebody ran on the field late. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He picks up the flag. They might have just been practicing. He waves it off.
Yeah, he did. He saw the guy come in late and I guess assumed that somebody didn't come off.
Wesley Broom on Facebook says, go Eagles. Go Eagles indeed, man. They needed that one. Augustin puts his foot into it. Nice kickoff. Going to come down in the end zone. No doubt about that one. A little bit of a change back there deep for the Red Devils. Usually it's Berkeley Perkins back there. Mr. Do-It-All, Connor Daniels, was back there for that one.
Well, they're going to start out on the 20 this time. 5:30 left to go in the quarter. Your score Bowdon 22, Mount Zion 7, but Mount Zion has new life right here, buddy.
They sure do. Got some red and black hearts by Tabrisha Rowe on Facebook. Let us know who you're pulling for in tonight's game if you're watching on Facebook. Bowdon's got twins to either side, spread formation. Connor Daniel offset to the left. Jonah Wilson motions in as the blocking back. going to be a counter. They play action the counter, throw it out to Berkeley Perkins on the screen, makes one man miss, gets up to about the 25-yard line. Solid gain on first down for the Red Devils.
And the Mount Zion Eagles covered that the way it's supposed to be covered, but the play worked exactly how it's supposed to work. 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, I mean, they had a guy out there. The first guy Berkeley made him miss. That's tough, I mean, you want to put the ball in your playmakers' hands out there in the open field and let them do what they do. Trips to the right this time. Caden Prothro by himself over here to the left. Jed Abrams and Berkeley Perkins stacked behind each other wide. Jonah Wilson moves back into the formation as a blocking back. Connor Daniel motions out of the backfield to the left. It's going to be quarterback counter to the left. Josh Hopkins up close to the 30. Right at the 30. Play be close to a John Thornton first down.
Number 56, Michael Nesby on the stop that time.
That is going to be a John Thornton first down.
It is. And Jackson Jones checks back into the game.
Prothro and Jet Abrams going to be split out to the right, it looks like. Red Devils coaching staff signaling in the play from Coach Yarbrough. They got a tight end left, condensed receivers to the right, blocking back is over there to the left. They shift the offensive line one gap to the left. Now they're unbalanced. Mount Zion adjusts beautifully. Play action. Hopkins rolls to the right. He's got Jonah Wilson, but he's going to end up running it. He's over the 40, and he runs out of bounds just past the sticks, and then they're going to get
And he got thrown to the bench over there, too, buddy. He's down.
Mount Zion defender for a late hit, and Hopkins is down.
He hit it hard, too, son. Ooh.
Kind of a bang-bang play over there. I mean, the defender's pursuing Hopkins. It looks like he's going to run out of bounds. We'll watch the replay here. They covered up Jonah Wilson really well. Hopkins makes the decision to run out of bounds. And Aki, that's a tough one, man. You got to let up. I mean, he's clearly giving himself up going out of bounds.
Right. I was about to say maybe it was accidental because of the pursuit, but no, that's two-handed push right there, and he's walking under his own power, but he's going to have to come out.
Yeah, he might be shook up a little bit. Kyle Huff over there checking him out, getting him right. It is going to be a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the Eagles.
We need, you got to have more discipline on your team than that. And I know if you're Mount Zion, you're saying, guys, this is what is hurting us. We're doing stuff to get them out of a jam. We can't do that. And, of course, the Bowdon team saying, guys, as long as we can keep their heads where they're at now, we're going to win this ball game. So Mount Zion has to settle down just a little bit, be aggressive, but know when to stop.
It's going to be another John Thornton first down for the Red Devils. Ball's going to be spotted on the 42. Yeah, that's a big chunk play, and then a penalty tacked onto it. 3:54 left in the first half. 22-7 Red Devils over Eagles. Connor Daniels in the game at quarterback. Paul Wilson's the running back offset to the left. Stacked receivers up on the right-hand side. That's Prothro and Perkins. Jonah Wilson's blocking back to the left. They're going to run the counter with Paul Wilson. Nothing doing.
Great job that time by Damian Sanders.
Damian Sanders comes from that defensive end spot. Great job that time. He was all up in the backfield. Bowdon tried to run the counter, and the big left guard couldn't get to him to kick him out quick enough. He was in the backfield. You can't coach it better than that.
Hit him in the backfield. He still picked up 2.
Ball on a 40. Prothro and Abrams stacked down to the left side of the field. Tight end blocking back to the left. Mount Zion coming with the blitz. Connor Daniel runs a quarterback run. He's up over the 30, inside the 20, where he gets brought down. Just a quarterback lead. First down, Connor Daniel. Here comes Josh Hopkins back in the game.
I'm glad to see that.
It was just a quarterback lead. Mount Zion came with an all-out blitz that play, and it kind of bit him.
Now, I don't know if that was the play called, but that was the play that was afforded to him.
It sure was. Paul Wilson stepped up and picked up the pressure, and Connor, hard-nosed kid, just took off. 1st and 10, John Thornton first down on the 20-yard line. Twins left, that's Prothro and Abrams. Tight end left. Jed Abrams moves from left to right in motion. We're going to drop back. We're looking for Caden Prothro. We're going to take a shot over there at him. Hey, it's just out of reach. Incomplete pass. Not a bad idea for the Red Devils. I couldn't see who's guarding him down there. Connor Daniel with a great job picking up the blitz that time. I believe that's Buckner on him. It is. Xavier Buckner. That's a battle of 2 future Saturday players right there.
At first, I didn't see Jed Abrams in the game, and I was looking for him, but I see him now.
Second down 10, ball on the 20, 2:41. Great defensive play by Xavier Buckner. Ball was a little wide, but he put it where only Prothro could catch the football.
Right.
Same formation, twins left, blocking back moves from left to right. It's going to be a counter give to the left to Connor Daniel. He's inside the 20 up to about the 15-yard line, 5-yard gain on second down. Bowdon runs the counter about as well as anybody we've seen. They do a really good job at getting those guards and tight ends or tackles or however they run it out in front. Down blocks on the front side of the play. Let's go Red Devils, says Beverly Albright. Let's go Connor Daniel, says Casey Teresa Daniel.
I can't see a number on him, but the left side defensive end did a great job of closing down on that play.
Simone Henderson says go Eagles, number 5. Same formation. Hopkins takes the snap. Going to be a zone give to Connor Daniel. Nope, he fakes it and throws it into the end zone on a bang 8 route, slant route, touchdown. Caden Prothro, touchdown Red Devils. Great job by Josh Hopkins that time on the RPO to leave the ball in the running back's gut as long as he can. Caden Prothro ran a little slant, kind of a bang 8, run 8 yards and break towards the post. And, man, he was all by himself in the end zone. It doesn't get easier than that for the 5-star recruit from Bowdon.
And you've got to close down on that because every time Connor Daniel gets the ball there, he picks up big yards.
So you're reading the outside linebacker there as Bradley Bell comes in to attempt the PAT. Ball is up, and it is through the uprights. Red Devils take a 29-7 lead with 1:59 left in the first half. You're listening to High School Football on the Gradic Sports Radio Network.
There is nothing quite like waking up in the warm cocoon of your own bed. But then as you stretch your arms overhead and kick your feet from the covers...
It's freezing in here! What happened to the heat?
Don't be fooled. It could happen to you. Avoid the horrors of winter and give Dollar a holler. Call 770-834-6001. And remember, don't be scared. Give Dollar a holler for all your home comfort needs.
Doc Phillips, Britt Martin, back with you here in Bowdon where the Eagles trail the Red Devils 29-7. Mount Zion runs somebody on late for the PAT. This game is for first place in the region, as you see on your screen. Bowdon still got to play Greenville and Tryon. Kind of a knuckleball kick going to be picked up by Harris. Oh, he fumbles it around. He can't get a hold of the football. Finally gets a hold of it. And he's swarmed by the Red Devils at about the 15-yard line.
Helmet comes off again. Guys, y'all got to tighten those up. That time he kept looking to see where the pressure was coming from without the football. That's why he couldn't get his hands on it.
That was Buckner that time. That was Mike Patterson on the tackle. And Mike seems to be everywhere for the
He does.
He's kind of a Connor Daniel-like kid. He's scrappy.
Marcus Harper got in there with a lick, too.
Mount Zion about to finish up their schedule on October 10th at Manchester. I think Mount Zion's got a great shot in that football game. We saw Manchester last week, and this Eagles team's going to match up well against them. All right, twins formation to either side. Spread. Running back in the pistol behind Knox Israel. Moves him offset left. Red Devils at a 3-man front, trying to sit back in coverage. They throw the stop route down here to the Red Devil sideline, and it's stacked up and ran out of bounds. That's going to be number 7, Caleb Sims, on the reception.
And Keelan Prothro on the stop that time.
Paul Wilson in there with him, too. About a 6-yard gain on first down. Second and 3 or 4.
Now, Mount Zion's got about a minute and a half to get this ball down the field and get back in this ball game.
They've got a timeout left, I believe. They do have one left.
Yes.
Empty formation. Well, kind of an empty formation. Montgomery's in there kind of as a blocking back. He's looking down the field, looks to his left, has to escape some pressure by Paul Wilson. He's going to sling it down the field and almost intercepted. Number 10 was the intended receiver. That's Jordan.
Whoa! Big 9 the flag got thrown, but I guess he got hit out here and got knocked down, got up and just knocked the fire out of one of the Bowdon defenders.
Mike Patterson takes that late leg by Xavier Buckner. That might be an ejection.
It may be. And you know what? Yes, it's deserved. And just like they always say, the first guy never gets caught. It's always the second.
They are sending Buckner off the field. Bowdon, Coach Finley gathers up his defense immediately. Nice job by the Red Devil coaches from keeping that from devolving into chaos down here. I'm sure Coach Gordon is thankful for that too over there on his sideline.
And I'm not sure that the first shot was necessarily a flagrant shot like that one was. It's probably well within the rules. The play was still going on. He got hit. It was during the play, but he didn't like it.
Mike Patterson got a lick on Buckner during the play, and Xavier gets up and just mollywops Mike. You can't do that. Nice job by Jonah Wilson that time and Caleb Sims to kind of diffuse the situation for the Red Devils and the Eagles.
I didn't see. Was he ejected?
He left the field. I don't know if he was ejected. You got twins to the left, spread formation, twins to the right for Mount Zion. Running back's in the pistol. They're going to move him up as a blocking back on the right-hand side. Red Devils playing coverage defense. Knox Israel on the quarterback run to the right-hand side. He makes a bad miss. He's got it off to the races. Knocks over the 20, over to the 30. Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. That is an improbable first down.
Yes,
Great individual effort by Knox Israel that time. Coach Joyner gets him over there, says, hey, buddy, you got to call the next play. Let's go.
Improbable and a John Thornton first down.
And Buckner does run back on the field to the chagrin of the Red Devil faithful.
Yeah, they're not too happy about that, are they?
I'm glad he's still out there.
We all lose our cool sometimes.
All right, he's right there on Mike Patterson. Bowdon's shading the safety over there this time. They're going to try to double cover him. Spread formation for the Eagles. Back offset to the right. Connor Daniel playing over the top of Buckner. Knox Israel's looking his way anyway. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to try to make something happen with his feet. Makes a man miss. Over the 40. Up to the 45. John Thornton first down for the Eagles. They're moving the football on the legs of Knox Israel.
Yes, sir. Knox Israel is one heck of an athlete, son. And if you give him some open ground, he's going to do a lot with it.
He's a big kid. He's about 230 pounds. Plays Mike linebacker. Shakes some ankle tackles. Really nice job. And the Eagles coaching staff is trying to let him know something over here.
I know what they're letting him know. This guy wasn't all the way off the field.
Jack South checks out. He's still limping around. Go Devils from Fort Morgan, Alabama, says Randy Saxon. Mayor Randy Saxon, by the way. Go Big Red. Watching from London, England. Gradic Sports Empire stretches across the pond.
Yes, sir.
Empty formation. Trips left. Twins to the right. Buckner is on the right. Locked up with Mike Patterson with Connor Daniel over the top. Knox drops back. He's looking to his left to the trip side. He completes the stop route for about a 5-yard gain, 6-yard gain. Clock's ticking, inside 30 seconds. Mount Zion has one timeout. They're going to try to hustle up to the line. Bowdon trying to rush Josh Chandler. Nope, that's Lucky Bailey off the field. Spread formation, twins either side, inside 15 seconds. Knox drops back, looks downfield, scans, going to have to make something happen. He escapes the pocket to his right. He's going to turn it loose. He's got Buckner down there, double covered. Buckner makes the play. Connor Daniel bats it away at the last second. Referee dropped the flag. That's going to be a free first down for Mount Zion with 2 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
And Mike needs to get away from that official and quit pleading his case. Just go back to the huddle.
That's going to put the ball inside the 35. Augustin has a very strong leg. That'll still be about a 52-yard field goal. And I think they're going to try the field goal. Do they call timeout?
2 seconds on the clock. And I
believe they called timeout. We're going to take now, you know what? Let's keep it right here. We got 2 seconds left on the clock. Let's keep it right here. Man, what an exciting finish to this first half. Mount Zion down 29-7, trying to get some points to hang around in this football game. And they're doing so by on the legs of Knox Israel and the hands and feet of Xavier Buckner.
Now, that was one of those plays right there that, really, you could have had a double penalty on that. 9 times out of 10, it's going to go against the defense. This time it did, and you just got to suck it up and keep playing ball, man.
Well, Bowdon's super fortunate that this is not the NFL rules and the ball is not spotted at the spot on the pass interference. It's, if you got to commit a PI down there to keep the completion from being made, you still got 2 seconds. The ball's on the 32 or 3 yard line.
Well, in high school football, they say if one gets past, you tackle him. That way he only gets 15.
I believe it is going to be the offense coming back out on the field. Xavier Buckner is going to be by himself on the left-hand side of the field. Trips to the right. Red Devils got Caden Prothro at safety over the top, playing double coverage on Xavier Buckner. This is the matchup we kind of want to see. That motion to quads to the right, and they get a delay of game. Delay of game after a timeout. That's tough. That's tough.
Wow.
They're going to back them up 5. Well, you're going to get a shot to the end zone here. This means Knox is going to have to step into this throw a little more. And you got quad. I'll give you one guess as to what's about to happen right here, Doc.
He better run a post route right here.
They're going to try to throw it up to Buckner, I believe. They're looking that way. Knox, nope, he throws it to the right. He's got a receiver. I believe that's Aki. He catches the ball, and he gets tracked down about the 22-yard line, and that's going to be the end of the first half. That was not Aki, by the way. That was Rashad Montgomery.
Great pursuit that time by Jonah Wilson to get over there and make the stop.
Hard-fought, hard-hitting first half. Emotions on both sides. At the end of the first half, the Red Devils lead the Eagles 29-7. Stay tuned for the halftime show where the legendary Mike Paris brings you an interview with West Georgia Wolves head coach Joel Taylor. We'll be back after the halftime show to catch you up on this first half action, catch you up on some local scores, and get you ready for second half football. You're listening to High School Football on the Gradic Sports Radio Network.
Create a field of dreams on your home lawn this season with NG Turf, your premium sod supplier. Our drought-tolerant, warm-season Tiff-Tuff Bermuda is perfect for your full sun yard. Got shade? We have the solution. Zeon Zoysia, great for lawns with more shady areas. Call and speak with one of our certified lawn professionals to learn more about all our premium farm fresh sod varieties backed by 1-year warranty. Schedule your delivery or pickup from our farm in Whitesburg or find more information at ngturf.com.
Looking to score a great deal on a new or high-quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Then stop by Don Rich Ford. Our all-star sales associates are ready to help you select or special order the perfect vehicle with the right financing options to put you behind the wheel of a vehicle.
I don't know what you got to do to lock in, but I need you to lock in.
On behalf of the Carroll County School District Superintendent, Mr. Scott Taylor, and Bowdon High School principals, Mr. Jeff Bryant, and Mr. Monica Stevens, and sponsors including Rainwater Funeral Home, GP Federal Credit Union, Bowdon Kiwanis, and Morrison Salvage, we proudly present the Bowdon High School Private Pride. Please enjoy our senior show this evening, featuring music selected by our senior band members.
Quincy City will play for tonight. First selected by our men's
Santana featuring Rob Thomas, who will now play Smooth.
My name is Logan Altman, and I am introducing another hit from our 2021 production, Blast from the Past. This is Journey's 1993 hit, Separate Ways.
My name is Joy Green, introducing one of my favorites from our 2022 show, Pretty Soul. This is the 1968 hit by Aretha Franklin, Faith.
My name is Jalen Schrader, and I'm introducing our final piece. Always a crowd favorite from the stands, we will end the show with Let's Go.
As we close out this afternoon's show, the seniors will make their way to the front to join the band's salute to them by performing their fight song as a tribute to the incredible time and efforts they have invested into the program. Thank you.
Sponsors for the Band of 5 include Amy Bremen Insurance, Carroll County Sheriff's Office, Raised Right, El Mezcal, Little Mexico, Altman Electric, American Pie, American Family Insurance, Summer Lady, Bowdon Coffee Roasters, Bowdon Power Radiator, Danny and Jane Buchanan, Flicker and Flame, Dreamscapes, Dr. Woodall, Pivot, Shiloh Methodist Church, Synovus, La Bacarita, O'Berry's, The Jackson Firm, James and Lulu Bell Duke, Daisy Patch, and Smith Ford Clever.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Superintendent Scott Power and Principal Connie Cook, we are proud to present the 2025 edition of the Mount Zion Marching Eagles. Being led on the field by Director Scott Jones, Alex Ansado, and Chris Bell, and Guard Instructor Allison Huddleston, tonight the Marching Eagles will present a portion of their 2025 show entitled Rap City.
I'm here at the camera.
Drum Major, Angel Bonita. Is your drum stand ready? Marching Eagles, you may take the field in every position.
Because here, stone columns stand beside glass towers. Old jazz halls echo in the LED halos. Brownstone wisdom meets high-rise ambition. Yesterday's dreams walk hand in hand with tomorrow's dreams. It's legacy in motion. It's every voice, every brick, every struggle and spark joining the chorus.
No sleep till nobody pray for me. It's been a day for me. Yeah.
Don't retire here. Evolve. A grandma's recipe becomes a food truck revolution. An immigrant's hand will build the skyline. A kid with a laptop, a head full of verses, starts the next tech wave from a laundromat Wi-Fi. So raps doesn't ask, just to listen. Ears to change, to clash, to collide, still come out beautiful. Just to sit. It's a store still being driven. You're not just a number. No, you are the key change.
Stop Xavier Buckner. Now, all they did with Buckner in the first half is they ran him on go routes. They just put him over there by himself, and it's like, hey, this is our best guy. Who you gonna put on him? And you might see a change at cornerback if they've got somebody with a little more size. Keelan Prothro might be a little better matchup for Buckner. We'll see what Bowdon decides to do. I know the score. I know Bowdon's up by 22 points in this first half, but I think it's going to be a battle in the second half. You see on the comments, Haralson County up 12-0 over Temple. Carrollton rolling Chapel Hill 49-0 at halftime. Hurd County up over Darlington 41-7 in the second quarter. That's not the Darlington program you're used to seeing.
No, it's not. They've been strong for a long time, and those Darlington kids don't roll over. They don't quit, man. I'm glad to see it, but I'm surprised to see it.
Yeah, they've always been a scrappy, hard-hitting bunch. New Manchester up 16-0 over Villa-Rica at halftime. Villa-Rica, if they can host a playoff game, they can win the region if they win this ball game. We'll see what Coach Barron and the guys can get going in the second half.
We're not watching that game, but on paper anyway, those are two pretty evenly matched teams right there.
Matthew Eubanks has done a great job coming on late in the year. As you see, this game is for first place in the region. Bowdon's still got to play Greenville and Tryon. Mount Zion's still got to play Manchester. So Mount Zion gets an extra bye week at the end of the year before the playoffs start. As you see right here, the region standings, this is for first place. I really think, Manchester's 0-2 in the region. They're not what they have been. Mount Zion can win that ball game, next week.
Right.
That would put Mount Zion as the 2 seed, potentially the 1 seed. Bowdon's got to take care of business against Greenville and Tryon. But even if you're the 2 seed, Mount Zion would host a playoff game.
Right.
And that's a huge deal.
Unfortunately, Mount Zion has to go to Manchester.
Yeah.
And I don't say that about the game at all.
That this late in the year, Manchester's 0-3 maybe 0-3 in the region. And maybe you're starting to think about basketball a little bit if you're Manchester. I don't know, man. Manchester kind of going to be fighting for one of those lower seeds in the region. They're a storied football program, but they're not what they have been, especially up front. And I think Coach Gordon can definitely scheme something up on defense to stop that wing T attack. And I thought they just don't seem to have the playmakers on the defensive side of the ball at Manchester. And I'm telling you, Jaden Terry is going to have his hands full with Xavier Buckner.
Yes, he is. And I'll tell you, Mount Zion has the defense to stop that team. They play a great defense. Granted, other teams are going to come in. They're going to have successful plays. Bowdon's had a couple of them tonight. But as a whole, that defense is strong.
Yeah, that's right. So, that's kind of what the story is in region play here. For Bowdon obviously controls their own destiny. Mount Zion does too. The first half of this game puts Mount Zion a little behind. You lose this game, you kind of lose that first place tiebreaker with Bowdon. Tryon is not what they have been in years past. I don't know much about Greenville. They're 0-1 in the region. They've always got athletes down there.
Right. I don't know a lot about them, but they're ranked. They're not going to be a slouch. They're going to be at least equal, if not better than Manchester. Yep. And you're going to have to take them seriously.
That's right. We got inside of a minute left before the second half gets started. We're going to step away for a quick break. And on the other side of it, you're going to have second half Eagle versus Red Devil football action. You're listening to that on the Graddick Sports Radio Network.
You're going to fall in love with your new vehicle during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC. Fall into savings like $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 GMC Sierra 2500 HD Denali. Take $6,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Buick Envision and $4,000 off MSRP on the new 25 Buick Envista during the Fall into Savings event at John Thornton Buick GMC on North Park Street in Carrollton. GMC, we are professional grade. You're listening to high school football coverage on B92 Country, WBGR FM, Carrollton.
Back Back in Bowdon, getting ready for second half football action between these Red Devils and the Mount Zion Eagles. Doc Phillips, Britt Martin with you here on the... Doc said we should start calling it the Graddick Sports Worldwide Empire. We had listeners on Facebook tonight from across the pond in England. The whole world tuning into these Eagles and these Red Devils playing football.
They must have heard you were going to be on the air tonight, Britt.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is. These sultry tones. This velvety baritone.
International playboy over here.
Augusta, and on to kick it off for the Eagles. Back deep for the Red Devils is Mike Patterson and Connor Daniel. Again, I think this is a huge drive for this Mount Zion defense. Try to hang in here, make something happen late in the ball game. And if you're Bowdon, you know you can almost kind of close the door here, barring craziness.
Right.
Does Mount Zion come out and onside kick this thing?
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
They do not. Augustine's going to kick it deep, but that ball is going to carry them into the end zone for a touchback. We have neglected so far with all the touchdowns in this ball game to let you know that after each score, here's another donation from Southland Insurance to the West Metro Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and that's happened 5 times so far.
We have dropped the ball.
We're glad Southland Insurance doesn't drop the ball, though.
Sign on the scoreboard, offensive work, quiet, please.
Yeah, they do a good job with game day environment here in Bowdon, as all of our county and area schools do. Red Devils are going to come out with Keelan Prothrow and Caden Prothrow in a tight, condensed formation. Twins to the right. They got tight end wing back to the left. Jonah Wilson moves from left to right. Connor Daniel back there offset to the right. It's going to be an inside zone give to Connor, and they wrap him up at the line. Jaden Ackey first to the action, and they stop him for about a 1-yard gain.
Alan Augustine came in like a man possessed that time to make the first hit right there to hold him up.
Was that Augustine? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think he plays. No. Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Number 12 is Knox Israel.
Okay.
He was. I know a kicker when I see one. He's a good.
If you say so.
Bowdon shifts the offensive line. They got twins to the left, wing back to the right. They're going to fake the screen. Josh Hopkins going to try to keep it. He breaks a little bit of contain on the left side, slides down about the 27, 28-yard line, a couple yards away from a John Thornton first down. They look like they're trying to set up the screen over there to Berkeley Perkins. Mount Zion had it covered up. Xavier Buckner over there in the coverage. Third down, 2 yards. Ball on the 28.
I tell you what, I'm not as disciplined on the defensive side of the ball as some of these kids because I can't get used to a quarterback slide.
They got Buckner locked down on Caden Prothrow. He's by himself over here to the right-hand side. They got 2 wing backs to the right, Jonah Wilson or Paul Wilson maybe in the backfield. It's going to be Jonah. He makes a man miss at the 30. He's up to about the 35, 36-yard line. That's a John Thornton first down for the Red Devils. The Eagles had penetration that play. Jonah Wilson sidestepped one of them in the backfield.
I tell you what, he's a workhorse back there with a lot of speed.
Connor Daniel checks back in. Marcus Harper checks out. I'd watch out here if Bowdon gets to midfield. I think you're going to see a shot play. They're going to try to get it to Prothrow.
Yeah, Prothrow's calling for the ball from his coach over here.
We have an official timeout. I'm not sure why. Oh, Mount Zion has an injured player. That's number 60.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be
that's Avery Weldon.
That's a tough one for them. He's a stalwart on this offensive and defensive line for the Eagles. He makes it off the field. Looked like a shoulder.
Yeah, he dropped to a knee as soon as he got off the field over there. I hope he's okay.
1st and 10, Red Devils. Ball's on the 36-yard line. They're going to have this big package in. Caden Prothrow is going to be by himself on the left-hand side. Ball's on the left hash. Tight end and 2 blocking backs offset to the left over there. I think Bowdon's going to call timeout.
And they are.
They are. We're going to take it with them. 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Bowdon up 29-7 over Mount Zion. You're listening to high school football, and this is the Graddick Sports Worldwide Empire.
There is nothing quite like waking up in the warm cocoon of your own bed. But then as you stretch your arms overhead and kick your feet from the covers.
It's freezing in here. What happened to the heat?
Don't be fooled. It could happen to you. Avoid the horrors of winter and give Dollar a holler. Call 770-834-6001. And remember, Don't be scared. Give Dollar a holler for all your home comfort needs.
Back with you here in Bowdon. It's going to be 1st and 10 on 36 after a Red Devil timeout. Can't miss our boys playing. Once a Red Devil, always a Red Devil. Debbie Etheridge from across the big blue ocean. Red Devils shift the offensive line. They got Prothrow over here in Twins. Going to be Connor Daniel over the left-hand side. He breaks the tackle. He's across midfield, across the 45, dragging people across inside the 40. John Thornton first down for Connor Daniel. Big chunk play for the Red Devils. I think they're going to try to go fast here.
Once again with the stiff arm on the outside. That joker's hard to bring down.
They're going to go no huddle. Same football. They got a Twins left, blocking back left, tight end right. They're going to play action to Connor. Roll out. They're going to look for Jonah Wilson in the flats. He's got pressure. Steps up. He puts his head down. Has to slide down. No yard gain. Great job on defense by Mount Zion that time. He did have Mike Patterson over there by himself, but he couldn't see him on the other side of the field. He was trying to get Caden Prothrow on the over route.
Brady Denny got up limping a little bit that time, and it looks like he shook it off.
I want to give a shout out to Russell Smith and his 24 strong crew, Carroll County, providing video on Facebook and YouTube for you tonight. Those guys do a pro level jam up job. Bunch of students running the show. We are so thankful for them each week, bringing the video to you. Trips left for Bowdon. Blocking back to the left, too. They're going to give it to Connor Daniel on the inside. He breaks the tackle. He's inside the 30. He might be gone. Stiff arm at the 15, down to the 10. They finally drag him out of the bounds. That's Jaden Ackey on the tackle down there, making a touchdown saving play. Connor Daniel got outside on the zone.
Sometimes I think he looks for contact.
Yeah, he does.
And once again, the beauty of having the film crew here with us, we get to watch the replays now.
Play action. They're going to throw it out to Berkeley Perkins on the screen. He makes a man miss. No, he doesn't. There's a flag on the field. Might be holding on the Red Devils. That's going to be Buckner on the tackle. About a 1 yard gain. I can't tell if it was a face mask or holding. It looks like holding. It is. Yes, the camera and IT crew are doing a great job. Thanks for the hard work. Thanks for that comment, Josh Skinner. Also want to give a big shout out to Drew Alexander and our whole crew back at the Palace at Parkwood.
The Palace.
Making all this stuff possible and letting us just talk about football. It don't get much better than this.
It don't get much better.
That is holding on the Red Devils. I think it was on Caden Prothrow out there. He was the blocker in front of the screen, going to back it up to the 21-yard line, 1st and 20. Trips right, Caden Prothrow to the left. Jonah Wilson motions back into the formation as a blocking back. Connor Daniel offset to the left. That's going to be a false start on the right tackle. I believe that's John Wesley Harden. Nope, offsides on Mount Zion.
It was number 4 from Mount Zion. Damian Sanders stepped across just a little bit early that time.
So Bowdon gets 5 of the 10 yards back from the holding penalty.
Still first down.
Still first down. They're going to have twins to either side. Connor Daniel offset to the left of Josh Hopkins. Mount Zion in the 3-man front. Not showing any pressure. 2 deep safeties. Motion from left to right for Berkeley Perkins. They're going to take a shot to Caden right here. Well,
that might be your right tackle.
That was a false start on the Red Devils.
The right tackle was falling backwards just before the snap.
That'll back them up. So we're playing with this penalty yardage. They got -10, +5, -5, back to -10.
4 first downs in a row.
That's right. That's right. They're about to get ready to take a shot to Caden down there in the back of the end zone.
A little corner out back there in the back.
They ran the fade to him back there. It would have been a nicely contested catch. Buckner would have been all over. And they got trips to the right with stacked receivers, Jed Abrams and Berkeley Perkins. Caden Prothrow to the left by himself. Hopkins drops back. They wanted the screen to Prothrow. It was defended perfectly by, I believe, Jaden Ackey over there from his defensive end spot. No, that wasn't Jaden Ackey. That was Caleb Houston. He snuffed out the screen, jumped up, kept Hopkins from throwing the football. Hopkins tried to run, and then Houston chased him down. Look at this on the replay. Watch him come in here, jumps up, defends the screen. It wasn't Houston that defended the screen. That was O'Marion Dallas. Great defensive play with Mount Zion. That's good coaching, knowing what's coming.
And that's the defense we were talking about at halftime. These guys know how to play defense.
They sure do. 7.5 minutes to go. Red Devils up 29-7. Trips to the right. Prothrow over there by himself to the left. Jonah Wilson at wingback to the right. Empty formation for Josh Hopkins. Drops back, looks to his right. Going to fire it over the field. He got Jonah Wilson. Great defense that
great
time
job
by Jaden Ackey. He had Wilson in one-on-one coverage, and Jonah had a step on him.
He had a step on him, but like we talked about earlier, that kid is fast. He can kick into nitrous at any time and gain 2 steps on you.
He sure can, and I believe he's playing with a little bit of a bum ankle. Great defense that time. Good ball by Hopkins. Tried to float it over the top of the man coverage.
Third down and a whole lot.
Third and Mount Zion here. Tripped right. Connor Daniel offset to the right. They're going to roll him out. They're going to run a sprint and draw to Connor. He's got a little bit of room. Bounce to the outside. Jonah Wilson had the block, and Omarion Dallas does a great job coming off that block and making the play to bring up 4th down. Let's see what the Red Devils do 4th and about 14.
14, 15, something like that.
Ball's on the 18-yard line. I think they're going to leave the offense on the field. Again, if you're the Red Devils here and you're in this position, why not throw it up to number 1? Let's see if your big boy can go make a play.
Worst case scenario,
case scenario turns it over on the 18-yard line.
Right, you're putting them deep.
And you've run 6 minutes off the clock. They're going to have 2x2 twin spread formation. Daniel offset to the right. Motion. Here comes that fade ball we're talking about, I bet. Play action. He's going to look for Caden. It's going to be a post route. Great defense by Xavier Buckner. Caden again had a step on him. Buckner cuts underneath the route and gets a hand on it. And it still hit Caden in the hands. He couldn't bring it in. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
That was an awesome defensive play right there.
Watch this
buddy.
replay here. They look to the right, run on the post route. Buckner gets a hand on it. Prothrow can't quite come up with the grab. Wow. He doesn't get a hand on it. I thought he did. Great undercut technique. He's played a trail technique that time. Great defense.
He got in the line of sight of Prothrow that time. That's probably what did it for him because it hit him right on the fingertips.
Tight end right, wingback right, twins left. That's Buckner all the way out wide. Montgomery offset to the left of Knox Israel. It's going to be reverse, kind of a buck sweep reverse, and nothing doing that time for the Eagles.
That same little inside reverse they ran earlier on the other end of the field. Bowdon did a great job of shutting it down that time.
Looks like Mount Zion's version of the old wing T crisscross play.
Right.
Jack South on the tackle. Couldn't see the number of the wingback. Let's go Bowdon, says Beverly Albright. Nicole Bexley says Red Devils.
I tell you what, this is a great addition to any sportscast right here. Letting people interact like that. I love it.
Sure is. They're going to have tight end wing to the right and one receiver to either side. Buckner matched up one-on-one with Mike Patterson down here. Rashad Montgomery offset to the left of Knox Israel. They're going to give it to him on the buck sweep. No, they play fake it. Get it to Buckner. Mike Patterson makes a shoestring tackle, or else Xavier Buckner is still running.
He closed in quick.
I thought he broke the tackle, Doc.
I did too, man.
It literally a shoestring tackle. Xavier's down there tying his shoe.
Putting it back on.
Off the buck sweep. Look at Mike here. Goes for the legs. That's the only way you're going to tackle that big joker. He almost broke it. 3rd down and 9 for the Eagles. Ball's on the 20. Buckner and Jordan Smith, twins to the right. Tight end wingback to the left. Tight end right, wingback left. Rashad Montgomery offset to the right of Knox Israel. Play fake. Knox going to roll to the right. Marcus Harper in pursuit. Knox runs away from him. What a play by Knox Israel. Gets it to his receiver.
And it's going to be a late hit over here on Bowdon, I believe.
That was Buckner. Buckner ran the little out kind of comeback route. Knox Israel pulled up right at the line of scrimmage, turned it loose. No, they're going to call illegal forward pass.
The line of scrimmage.
I thought he pulled up right there on the line of scrimmage.
I did too.
That's tough. That's a tough call. Let's check it out on the replay. When we see it, here it comes. They're gonna play fake to Montgomery. Knox Israel's going to roll to the right.
The ball's on the 20.
Ball's right on the 20-yard line. Might be hard to see from our angle here. He gets,
his toe touched the 20, but he was airborne.
And you got to be all the way across the line of scrimmage for it to be. Look at the telestrator up there. That's a good job by our crew here. That's tough.
I believe he missed that one, man.
And that is going to be a loss of down. And so, God, you take just a phenomenal athletic play away from Knox Israel there to run away from Marcus Harper and throw a dot to Xavier Buckner that time.
That was a close one, but like I said, I think he missed it.
Augustin in to punt it away. Rolls to the right, rolls for a long way, kicks an end over end kick fair caught by Berkeley Perkins at the 44-yard line. That's where the Red Devils are going to take over. With 4:47 left in this third quarter, we got a flag down here. Josh Chandler is signaling that it might be on Mount Zion. We'll see. Could have been holding him up coming down there on punt coverage. No, it's on Bowdon. They say head-to-head contact, and then unsportsmanlike, maybe?
Well, he didn't give the signal for unsportsmanlike, and the signal he gave I've never seen before.
He gave one of these fist bumps.
Okay, I thought he just touched his chest. I wasn't sure what he did.
The PA announcer, it's going to be helmet-to-helmet contact against the Red Devils. I didn't see it, but that backs Bowdon up all the way inside the 30-yard line to the 29.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that why we have a helmet?
We changes to the rules, change to the game. You got a bunch trips way out wide. Caden Prothro with Berkeley Perkins stacked behind him. Jed Abrams just on the inside. Connor Daniel offset to the right. Jonah Wilson's the blocking back, and we've got a timeout Mount Zion. Coach Gordon didn't like what his defensive head running Buckner on late there. They're going to take a timeout. We are going to take it with them. With 4:47 left in the third quarter, you got Bowdon leading Mount Zion 29-7. You're listening to high school football on the Gradic Sports Radio Network.
Create a field of dreams on your home lawn this season with NG Turf, your premium sod supplier. Our drought-tolerant, warm-season Tif-Tuff Bermuda is perfect for your full sun yard. Got shade? We have the solution. Zeon Zoysia, great for lawns with more shady areas. Call and speak with one of our certified lawn professionals to learn more about all our premium farm fresh sod varieties backed by 1-year warranty. Schedule your delivery or pickup from our farm in Whitesburg or find more information at ngturf.com.
Back with you here in Bowdon. A penalty-laden third quarter so far. Bowdon has had, in the last two series, Bowdon has had 2, 3, 4 penalties right here back to back.
I tell you, I'm going to have to look that one up when I get home.
Maybe it was a bit of a makeup call, Doc. Doesn't help Mount Zion as much as making the right call there does.
Right.
Bowdon's got quads formation, a bunch formation with Connor Daniels stacked behind Jonah Wilson, stacked behind Caden Prothro with Jed Abrams on the inside. And you got Palmer blocking back over to the right-hand side. They're going to try to set up either a screen or something deep right here. Josh Hopkins back there by himself. It's going to be a quarterback draw. I was wrong. Oh, what a hit. By the time by number 1, Keziah Aki on Josh Hopkins. Man,
it didn't wrap him up, but he hit him hard enough to knock him down.
He didn't need to. Mount Zion had the quads formation covered up, and so the Red Devils opted not to throw the screen out there. I'm sorry, that was Jaden Aki. Don't want to feed into any sibling rivalry. Goodness gracious. He lowered the boom like he hit a wall. Second down at about 4. Nope. Gain of 4. Second down at 6. Trips right. Tight end over there to the trips left. Tight end over there as well. It's going to be a play fake. They're going to look to throw the screen. Hopkins is going to be brought down. Maybe. Yep. They bring him down way back at the 20-yard line. Josh Hopkins wants a penalty. That was number 4, Damian Sanders on the sack.
I tell you now, Hopkins was not happy when he got up.
He wasn't. They were trying to set up the screen, as you can see right here, and he came unhindered. Connor Daniel missed him on that one.
Well, that's the one thing that doesn't need to happen to Bowdon right now is to take your head out of the ball game, start getting frustrated, start pointing fingers, things of that nature. That takes away from your offense, man. You can't have that.
I thought Hopkins was going to be able to squirm out of that. He couldn't get there. Trips to the left. Jed Abrams by himself over here to the right-hand side. Connor Daniel offset to the right. Low snap. Hopkins digs out of there. They're trying to set up a screen. Mount Zion covers it up. He's going to throw it downfield to Berkeley Perkins. Berkeley makes the catch and is walloped by Xavier Buckner. There's a flag down on the 30-yard line.
And there should be because there's like 3 linemen downfield over here. I'm not sure that's what the call is.
Well, no, that's right. It was a screen, and so if you don't throw the screen, it's got to be a legal man downfield on the Red Devils. Mount Zion, these Eagles in the second half are playing defense.
Yes, they are.
It's going to be a legal man downfield on the Red Devils. Back them up.
I hate it when I'm right.
Man. I'm telling you, as you can see right here on the replay, Bowdon does a good job at getting their linemen out. but they had a defense. They kind of blocked a guy into the screen, man. They're trying to set it up to Jonah Wilson. And when you got that set up, Hopkins has got to
look at your right side of the line.
They're trying to throw the screen to Connor Daniel. He was blocked into the play by Jace Turner. He's doing his job blocking, and he blocks him right into Connor Daniel. So you can't throw the screen. You got a bunch of guys downfield, J.D. Cooley, big guys down there getting ready to set up. And if you're Hopkins there, you got to pull it down and run the ball.
Yeah, you've got to know what the play was that's called, what happens on the play, and what you need to do if it busts.
Buckner brought the thunder that time. It's going to be third down, about 13 yards. Red Devils got twins to the left, twins to the right, tight end to the left. Caden Prothro over there by himself to the left-hand side. It's going to be the sprint and draw to Connor Daniel. And great defensive play that time. Number 4, Damian Sanders on the stop. It's going to bring up fourth down at about 15.
I don't know what Damian Sanders thought, but I know what I'd be thinking if I looked up and there was nobody but me and
Connor Daniel.
Connor Daniel coming right at my head.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about Connor is he's not a big kid, but he ain't scared of a freight train. Bowdon, speaking of Connor Daniel, he's into punt. Back deep for the Red Devils is going to be Xavier Buckner. Man, I wouldn't kick it to him. Short snap. Wobbly kick over to the Bowdon sideline. Hits on about the 40. Bounces out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. That's where Mount Zion takes over. Mount Zion's hanging around here, man. If they get some points right here, Katie barred the door in the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir. These guys, I don't know what was said at halftime, but they've come ready to play this second half.
They're playing defense, and again, you don't know what happens if you don't get that illegal forward pass call on the last drive, which, I've never played referee before, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Ball's going to be on the 37-yard line. Jack South imploring the Red Devil fans to get loud. There ain't nobody left from the Mount Zion side either. Buckner and Smith split out. Nope, Buckner to the left, Smith to the right. Tight end wing to the right. Montgomery offset to Knox Israel's left. It's going to be buck sweep to the right. Jonah Wilson gets in the backfield, beats that lead guard, and brings him down for about a 3-yard loss, maybe a 2-yard loss.
Great job. 3 yards deep and turn in to see what's going on, and he was right there ready for the play.
Wilson did a great job at beating the lead guard that was supposed to kick him out on that play from his outside linebacker spot. In this 3-4 defense, that outside linebacker kind of turns into a wide defensive end. And he beat the kick out. Montgomery's got to cut inside of that kick out block. Twins left, tight end wing right. Montgomery in the pistol. They shift. They move tight end wing to the left. Montgomery goes to wing. They got a bunch set to the left, and Buckner out way wide. They're going to run jet sweep. I believe that's Aki. Nothing doing.
Ran into everybody.
That was Montgomery on the jet sweep.
And once again, number 4, Jonah Wilson out on the stop. Third and 10.
Got about 2 yards on that play. Jack South, J.D. Cooley trying to get these Red Devil fans loud. It doesn't take much. Ringing the cowbells. Starkville West.
And they're double-fisted again.
They are. Spread formation, twins either side. Bowdon playing a little man coverage over here. 2 deep safety. Israel drops back. Jonah Wilson comes on the pressure. He throws it. I believe that's going to be incomplete.
No, I think he kept his arm underneath the ball.
Yeah, he called a catch. That's about a 6-yard gain. Got to bring up fourth down at about 5.
You got to go.
You got to go for it here. Inside of a minute in the third quarter. I think they're going to punt it, Doc.
Wow.
That's tough. 4th and 5. You're trying to pin Bowdon deep. Bowdon has not moved the football in this third quarter. Also, be on the lookout here for a fake punt. They've been running this rugby-style punt all night long. Does Augustin take off?
And they only have 5 yards.
And this is a different punt formation. Nope, they're going to shift to overload it to the right. Bowdon's got a man deep. That's Berkeley Perkins. Augustin rolls to the right. He does kick it away. He probably could have kept that football. High kick. Berkeley knows he better stay away from that one. They make the call you make when you want to get away from a punt. Ball's going to be blown dead at the 22-yard line.
Yeah. I don't think that's it.
That's not it. It's one of those inside football, if you know, you know kind of things. 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Bowdon's got the ball on the 22-yard line. Up 29-7 over the Eagles. Eagles won't go away. Stubborn defense. Making it tough on the Red Devils.
And we were talking earlier, next year, this is a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Going to the way they're going to be.
Mount Zion's young.
Seating people in the regions. There's no.
You can see here, new playoff changes coming for next year, all power rankings. It's going to be a play action. They're looking for Jonah Wilson out in the flats. Man, that was a great defensive play. Aki didn't make the play. He jumped and got in the line of sight for Jonah Wilson. He was able to.
Alex Davila was in the quarterback's face as well. Big man getting in the backfield.
Man, this Mount Zion defense is kind of strangling in the third quarter here. Red Devils, second down and 10, ball on the 23-22. Caden Prothro are going to be split out to the left by himself. No, he's got cousin Keelan over there with him. I think that's Keelan.
A big play out of this defense will change this ball game.
Connor Daniel by himself, split out wide to the right. It's going to be a play fake, quarterback draw to the empty formation. Josh Hopkins breaks some tackles. He's across midfield. He might be gone. He's inside the 30. Got one man to beat. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Wheels, baby.
That's the explosive play that the Red Devils have been looking for all game. And it comes from Josh Hopkins. There's just so many weapons on this Red Devil team. It's just so hard to cover up everybody. They had Connor Daniel out, split out wide one side. He's a weapon. Caden Prothro on the other side. Josh Hopkins was able to find the lane and get down the field.
78-yard run.
It was a quarterback counter that time, but the counter hit on the back side of it. And, man, he beat the angles.
Yes, sir. He's got some wheels on him, son.
73-yard run. 78-yard run. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 78. I was going to apologize for us getting quiet. We're not used to having a replay in front of us.
They're going for two, and Jonah Wilson takes the Wildcat snap and tramples into the end zone. That's going to make the score 37-7. Bowdon over Mount Zion with 27 seconds left to go in the third quarter. You are listening to high school football on the Gradic Sports Radio Network.
Don Rich Ford is proud to be a supporter of high school football. Don Rich Ford is West Georgia's original Ford dealer, and we're ready to play ball.
Touchdown!
There's no better tailgate than on the back of America's best-selling truck, the F-150. Tradition and values are strong when you've been in business since 1971. Award-winning service, straight-talking salesman, and hometown spirit in the heart of downtown Villa Rica. Remember to shop local at Don Rich Ford. Shop new and used vehicles at donrichford.com.
Doc Phillips, Britt Martin back with you here in Bowdon as the Red Devils have extended their lead over the Eagles to 37-7. Scoreboard does not tell the story of that third quarter. Man, these Mount Zion Eagles are close, Doc.
Less than 20 seconds to go, 80 yards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bradley Bell in to kick it off. High end-over-end kick. Buckner's going to catch it on the 5. He's over there to his side, missed tackle. He's across the 20 up to about the 25, 24. Who missed that tackle down there? With 19 seconds to go, it's 37-7. Red Devils over Eagles.
Mike trying to take his legs out early, and he did not lock him up.
He's limping a little bit. Got a flag down there. I believe it's going to be a face mask on Bowdon.
It looked like it before he went down to the ground. I'll tell you what, like you said, though, that score...
It doesn't tell the story.
It doesn't tell the story of this Mount Zion defense.
Unsportsmanlike on the Eagles is the call. Let's go back Mount Zion up. Half the distance to the goal. They're going to have it about the 12-yard line, I believe. Yep.
You know, I umpire a lot of baseball, and I tell the coaches in the pregame meeting, let's have respect for the game. If nothing else, respect the game, man. Go out there and do what you're supposed to do and just play ball, you know?
Yep, 19 seconds to go. Knox Israel and his offense has it. Let's go Red, says Channing Wyatt. They got Mount Zion's got a tight end to the left. They got a wing back to the right. They also got twins over there to the short side of the field. That's Buckner and Smith. Empty formation as Montgomery motions out to wing left. Israel's going to run quarterback lead right up in the gut of that Bowdon defense. He's driving. He gets up to about the 15-yard line, about a 2-yard gain on the play.
That's number 74.
With that last touchdown, Southland Insurance makes a donation to the West Metro Fellowship of Christian Athletes.
Caleb Sims lost his helmet that time. He's going to have to step off for a play.
New Manchester's extended their lead to 23-0 over the Wildcats in the fourth quarter. Carrollton all over the Panthers of Chapel Hill, 56-7. Haralson County up over Temple, 26-6, and that is the end of the fourth quarter. At the end of 3 quarters, Bowdon leads Mount Zion 37-7. You're listening to high school football on the Graddick Sports Radio Network.
Branch manager at American Commerce Bank. Fall is finally here. The air is cooler, the leaves are changing, and it's perfect season to pause and connect with what matters most. At American Commerce Bank, that means putting people first. When you bank with us, your money stays local, helping families, supporting small businesses, and strengthening our community. Stop by and meet our team of local bankers in Carrollton or Bremen and see how banking local can feel a lot like coming home. Bank local, bank better. American Commerce Bank, member FDIC.
Find your future at West Georgia Technical College. Right here in West Georgia, we offer hands-on, career-ready training for today's high-demand jobs. Whether you want to start a new career or level up your skills, you can graduate in 2 years or less without the debt. Our programs are fast, affordable, and designed to get you working. Plus, high school students can jumpstart their education, earning college credit with our dual enrollment program. Start your journey at West Georgia Technical College. Learn more at westgatech.edu.
Fourth quarter action here. Knox Israel play fake, drop back. He's looking downfield for Buckner. Buckner's wide open. Can he get it to him? He shortens it up. Buckner is tackled at midfield. His helmet comes off. Is it going to be a flag? No,
yes, it is.
They are. They're going to throw a flag on Mike Patterson. Kind of ripped his helmet off on the play. He was so wide open, Knox Israel just kind of lobbed it up there too. If he let him, man, that's a touchdown.
If he let him, it's a touchdown. And hey, I've got to say, on Mike Patterson's part right there, that was not dirty football.
No,
he started with the tackle around his
just
torso,
slid off of him,
and he ducked to get out of it. And that's where his hands hit.
That just happens. That's not dirty football. Effort play. It's a penalty. Buckner gets up, signals first down. His helmet does come off, so he does have to come out of the ballgame for a play.
Right. I mean, it is a penalty. It happens. I hate that people are out here booing that play because that was not an intentional act. A lot of times the intentional acts are what we're trying to stop.
Buckner does not have to come out since it was not his fault. They're going to have 2 backs in the backfield with Knox Israel. Twin to the right. Buckner's out there wide with Mike Patterson. They got a safety shaded over that way. That's Sawyer Smith. Quarterback counter. Knox Israel puts his head down and gets about 5 yards on the play.
I tell you what, you give him a little open field, he's going to make something happen. You better get in there and wrap that kid up.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Ball's now on the 30-yard line of the Red Devils. Palmer checks in for the Red Devils. Checking out is, I'm looking on the wrong roster. Owen Clark checks out. Second and 5. Buckner's talking to his quarterback. Probably wanting the football. There's going to be twins left. Tight end, wing back to the right. Running back is in the pistol. He moves him kind of a blocking back over there to the left-hand side.
They've got the
motion
coverage
from right to left. Drops back, rolls to his left. He's going to look for Buckner down the field. Got a step. That's got to be pass interference, and it sure is. They get Mike with pass interference, which is better than giving up 6 points.
That's what I was trying to tell you right there. He had the single coverage out there that time. I knew they had to be going down the sideline with that one.
Sure did. You see Israel kind of drift to his left. Maybe not a catchable ball, but you got to call that pass interference.
I'm not sure it has to be catchable here. Just to be, interference is interference or it's holding.
Maybe it would have been catchable if he hadn't contorted his body with Mike trying to put the moves on him down there.
Mike never turned to find the ball, which it doesn't. I don't think that matters.
Face guard doesn't matter in high school. All right, it's 1st and 10. John Thornton first down on the 15-yard line. Tight end to both sides. Wing back left, they shift. They move everybody to a bunch to the right. Empty formation. Buckner's in the slot. You got to think they're going to look for him. Motion, they're going to run the jet sweep. No, they play fake the jet sweep.
Buckner moved
we got
early.
A flag. Buckner moved early, and then Marcus Harper just about teed off on Knox Israel there late, but he didn't. That's going to back them up. 8:53 and counting left in the fourth quarter. Mount Zion trailing 37-7, trying to put one in the end zone here.
He was the outside guy on the line, but however, he moved toward the line right before the snap.
First and 15, ball on the 20. Wing to both sides, receiver to both sides. Running back offset to the left. Right wing moves to the left. Play fake, rolls to the left. Going to throw it out there to that wing back. Complete and whooped out of bounds. He gets a little retaliation. That's going to be unsportsmanlike on Mount Zion, I believe.
Caden Protho was a good tackle. And, man, I am shocked by the lack of discipline.
Yeah, lots of undisciplined stuff. Tell you who's not undisciplined. It's this crew tonight from the Carroll County North College and Career Academy. Working the cameras, Alana Harris, Kaylin Rushing, Amberly Moore, Josh Blackstock, Anais Dobbs, Scorebug, Anaya Campbell, Special Engineer Sean Melson, and proud instructor Russell Smith. The director is going to be the incomparable Patrick Glory. Super big thank you to 24 Strong.
That's what I was going to say. Thank you, guys. You do an awesome job.
It is professional level production here by these kids from Carroll County. There you see him on the screen too. Russell Smith, the director. Spread formation from Mount Zion, second and long. Knox is going to roll out to his right. He's got pressure coming from the backside. He shakes out of the one, and it's going to be Marcus Harper. Ended up making a sack, about a 7-yard loss. No, they're going to mark it closer to the line of scrimmage.
J.D. Cooley got in for a little bit of that one, too.
See on the replay, he was looking for Buckner down the sideline. Josh Chandler came unhindered off the left-hand side of the offense. And, man, he had no shot that time. They just sent they sent too many from Mount Zion to block, which is not a bad strategy when you got a wide receiver that you're having a hard time covering. Third and 10, 20, third and 30 here. Ball on the 36-yard line. 7 minutes to play. Twin trips to the right, tight end to the left. Montgomery offset to Knox's right. Play fake to Montgomery. Knox has got all the time in the world. He's going to throw the out route over here to Smith. Completed. He breaks a tackle. It's going to be down to about the 29-yard line. Jordan Smith on the reception. About an 11-yard gain. Still, after the 11-yard gain, is 4th and 20. You got to go for it if you're the Eagles here.
About defense, helping the offensive player up off the ground. That's what we need in football right there, man. Just play ball, move on to the next play.
That's right. Don't have many plays in the playbook for 4th and 20.
Our assistant over here, Shane Nixon, about to get excited. They're going to start throwing out footballs. I still don't think they can make it to the press box, but he's hopeful.
It'd be a heck of a throw if they could get it through these open windows. I believe Mount Zion's going to take a timeout here. We are going to take it with them. 6 minutes, 8 seconds left in the ballgame. Bowdon up 37-7. You're listening to high school football, and you're doing so on the Granite Sports Radio Network.
Hightower Family Funeral Homes with locations in Bremen, Carrollton, and Douglasville have been serving the West Georgia area for over 90 years. The Hightower family continues to maintain the level of professionalism, integrity, dignity, and compassion that has been the hallmark of the Hightower Family Funeral Home services throughout the 9+ decades. On any given day, you'll find the Hightowers actually involved with the families and communities in the West Georgia area. Hightower Family Funeral Homes, Bremen, Carrollton, and Douglasville.
Doc Phillips, Britt Martin, back with you here in Bowdon. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Bowdon up 37-7. Doc had a wide open pass with a T-shirt from a cheerleader during the break. Couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, the 5-year-old took it from me.
Good defense by the 5-year-old in front of us.
I even pushed off. It didn't work.
Yeah. No flags on the play. 4th down, 19 yards to go. I'm sorry, it's 4th down, 25 yards to go. Spread formation, 2 receivers to either side from Mount Zion. Buckner's over there to the left-hand side. Soft zone coverage for the Red Devils. Montgomery offset to the right. Knox drops back. Josh Chandler coming off the edge. Him and Palmer run into each other. He's going to throw it into the end zone, to the back of the end zone, Hail Mary style, incomplete pass. Not a bad idea for Mount Zion. There's a flag down. I think the Red Devils think it's going to be on them. Well, the two defenders collided. Palmer and Chandler collided in the backfield.
That one offensive lineman's going to get credit for one heck of a block right there.
Or one heck of a hold. I don't know what it's going to be. Both teams are – Mount Zion has sent their defense onto the field. We picked the flag up. Referee's holding.
That's just a towel.
Oh, it's a towel. Oh. I thought the referee was holding that flag like it was kind of smelly. It probably was. 1st and 10 Bowdon on the 29-yard line. We are in a running clock now. First and 10 Red Devils. We'll be inside 5 minutes before we take the snap. Connor Daniels checked in to quarterback. Paul Wilson at running back. Jonah Wilson, his big brother, blocking back on the right-hand side. Caden Prothro and Jed Abrams split out wide to the right, tight end to the left. If you've been listening to the Trojans beatdown of Chapel Hill, we welcome you in. We're in Bowdon. The Red Devils lead the Mount Zion Eagles 37-7 in this region matchup. Connor Daniels going to run the ball, quarterback run over the right-hand side. He puts his face into the linebacker, drives him about 5 yards. 5-yard gain on first down. Flag on the play.
Nope, that's a towel.
Oh.
That's what happens when everybody's wearing pink.
Well, no flag on the play. That's better than a flag on the play. Connor Daniel playing quarterback, which sometimes for him just means running back.
Right. I'll tell you what, so far tonight, man, we've had unfortunately the score is 37-7, but we've had a heck of a ball game. Mount Zion's played defense like I've never seen them play before, and everything is clicking on offense for the Bowdon Red Devils.
Twins left, tight end wing back to the right. Paul Wilson offset to the left of Connor. Connor tries to hand it off. Running back falls down. Connor's going to throw the ball. He's got Caden Prothro down the field wide open. He's going to catch the ball. He's trying to outrun a man in the end zone, and he's going to do it. Touchdown, Red Devils.
And he had to wait a minute on that throw to get there, but still could outrun two defenders coming up to make the tackle.
It looked like it was supposed to be a fake toss. Paul Wilson fell down. Pressure comes from off the left side edge from Damian Sanders. Connor steps into it. Caden was just wide open down the field on the post.
That play was all Jonah Wilson right there.
So Bowdon goes up 43-7.
Did they call a penalty on something down there? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're ready for the PAT.
Bowdon wanted to, you want to let your backup quarterback throw the football. I get it. You're up a lot, though.
Right.
Brad the bell to try the PAT. It's going to be up, and it's going to be good. So with 2:45 left in the ball game, clock still running, Bowdon's up 44-7 over the Mount Zion Eagles. We're going to keep it right here since the clock's running. They'll hustle up and get the kickoff squad on the field. Here you see Connor Daniel just dropping back in the face of pressure. It was a great job by Connor Daniel to evade the pressure and throw it under pressure. Caden Prothro had to come back to the ball. I couldn't see. Number 5 was supposed to be the coverage man, Jordan Cheeks. He kind of got caught out of position.
I'll tell you, it just looks like the wind's out of the sails across the field over there.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a backbreaker. You know, I want to support every kid that's playing football in every team, but there was a penalty after that play. It looks like Bowdon's kicking it off from 25. I sure will. You know, this is just one person's opinion. I sure wish Bowdon had just run the football there.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I know you're trying to get your backup quarterback some action, you know, but. You know, and I'm not in the coaches' meetings. I don't know I don't know anything. But nevertheless, Bowdon's up 44-7 with a little under 90 seconds left in the ball game.
And for whatever reason,
we're going to back them up some more.
Yes, so.
We're going to back them up to the 20. We might not get this ball kicked off. Well, inside 1 minute now.
I tell you, there's been a few questionable things happen on the field tonight. We're not really aware of what's going on. I will look some up by the time I'm at home tonight, but we finally get the kickoff.
Kickoff's high and deep, caught on about the 27-yard line. Buckner's going to bring it over to his sideline. Makes a man miss. Up over the 45 to the 50. Across the 50. Puts Jet Abrams in the ground. Down to about the Bowdon 35. Great return that time for Xavier Buckner.
It looks like it was number 24 that time, Amari Brown. Nope, I'm sorry. 24, Paul Wilson that time that ran him down over there on the far sideline. Bowdon fans starting to file.
That's going to be the ball game, folks. After 4 quarters of action, Bowdon beats Mount Zion 44-7. The scoreboard doesn't quite tell the story of this one. Mount Zion fought hard tonight. Didn't quite have the horses this year to keep up with the Bowdon Red Devils. Next week, Bowdon's headed to Greenville. Mount Zion headed down to Manchester. Big couple region games next week. And you've been listening to the Gratic Sports Radio Network with Doc Phillips and Britt Martin. We'll be back after this break to give you some post-game accolades and our thoughts on the ball game, and then get you over to the Southwire Red Zone. You're listening to high school football on the Gratic Sports Radio Network.
Back in my day, we didn't level concrete. We just tripped over it and called it a character-building experience. When your sidewalks are more unstable than your situationship, Raised Right Concrete Leveling is here to smooth things over. Raised Right is a great alternative to replacing concrete. They use an expanding polyurethane foam to raise, level, and stabilize your slab, filling the voids that cause your concrete to sink, providing a permanent fix for half the cost. Visit RaisedItRight.com today or call 404-796-5569.
Hello, I'm Keith Runnels with Merrill & Associates. We want to be your one-stop shop for all your HVAC needs. We repair, replace, install, and maintain all your home and commercial HVAC equipment. We still believe that integrity and honesty along with outstanding customer service is what sets us apart from all of our competition. Turn to the experts and give us a call at Merrill & Associates, 770-834-7330. You'll be glad you did.
Huddle up, wing lovers, and double your count for less on Wing Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings, get one for 50% off. No time to dine? Order for delivery and wing it up with a crew at home. Or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit one per order, not valid with any other offers. Additional terms and conditions apply. Huddle up for Wing Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Doc Phillips, Britt Martin, back in here with you. I believe that's a little Lenny Kravitz playing there in the background on the bumper. 44-7 your final here in Bowdon. Doc, just what are your thoughts post-game here?
Like we've been saying, man, I'm proud of the defense that Mount Zion played. Score doesn't say anything about the defense that they played because these guys hung tough. A few big runs, a few big plays. You know, Bowdon jumps on top, but that defense can be solid.
Yeah, Mount Zion, man, it's hard not to hang your head after you get beat like that. But Mount Zion's going to win some ball games. I think they're going to beat Manchester next week. I think they're going to host a playoff game, and I think they're going to win a couple playoff games this year. I mean, this team has still got everything in front of it, man. Golly, right now you're also coming up against Bowdon. It's really hitting on all cylinders, you know. Right. I mean, that's what this Bowdon squad for the past several years, they've been playing their best football when their best football needed to be played. And they're getting to the point where they're the best version of themselves at the end of the year. And that's what Rich Finley preaches to this bunch. Man, just impressive outing from Bowdon. I don't want to take anything away from Mount Zion, though. I don't want anybody wearing white tonight heading back down to Mount Zion to feel like any kind of deflation. You know, I mean, you got beat tonight. You got beat by right now a better football team. Right. But Mount Zion's young, and they've got some guys that are gonna make some plays and put them in a good spot to win some playoff games. Let's go ahead and do some post-game accolades so we can get you ready for the Red Zone tonight. Let's start with the power play of the game, brought to you by Carroll County Recreation Department, where the fundamentals begin. Carroll County Rec Department has been committed to fostering teamwork discipline, and sportsmanship in every young athlete for over 25 years. Check out Carroll County Rec Department on Facebook for more. Good luck to all of our local teams. What you got for the play of the game?
It was later on in the first quarter, and it was really the deciding factor in the game if you look at it. From about the 30.
29 yards.
29 yards. Connor Daniel broke one up the middle for a go, not a go-ahead, but the second score of the game.
Yeah, it was 7-0 there for all of the first quarter, right? I mean, Mount Zion's hanging around. First play of the second quarter, Connor Daniel busts one on the inside zone and takes it to the house.
And that was the power play of the game.
All right, all season's roofing unsung hero of the game is going to be Knox Israel, quarterback of Mount Zion. All season's roofing, serving West Georgia for over 30 years. Call 770-830-ROOF to get your estimate today. They don't want an arm and a leg, just a finger and a toe. Tell us about Knox tonight.
Man, outstanding athlete, runs his team well. Unfortunately, tonight they couldn't get a running game going.
Yeah.
But, the passing game, he was hitting them in the hands. A few drops.
Several times. Knox was the leading rusher for Mount Zion tonight, obviously also the leading passer. I'm going to call him a bright spot. There's a lot of bright spots for Mount Zion. But, man, he's a tough kid.
Yeah.
He's really that. He also, again, if you're playing quarterback and linebacker, you're made of the right kind of
He's
stuff.
the kind of guy you want to lead your team.
Tonight's Elite Golf Cars player of the game is going to be Josh Hopkins of the Bowdon Red Devils. Elite Golf Cars at 16 Sandhill Shady Grove Road in Carrollton. Sales, service, repairs, all your golf cart needs under one roof. Josh Hopkins tonight, he had that 79-yard run to shut the door on Mount Zion. He had 2 touchdown passes, one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter, I believe, to Caden Prothrow. Let's not throw any shade to Caden Prothrow. Caden had 2 touchdowns, a bunch of yards. Connor Daniel racked up a bunch of yards. Jonah Wilson looked good for Bowdon. But you also got to throw out Xavier Buckner for the Eagles tonight. Man, that kid, he's a playmaker.
He is a playmaker. He's one heck of an athlete. Again, he can make things happen on both sides of the ball. I have to say it. He gets a little frustrated.
He's got a little,
and lets it get the best.
I'm going to say he's got a little dog in him, Doc.
Yeah, he does. He does. And, I'm not mad at that. We just got to control that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And a kid like that can make it a long way. He just has to not let his emotions overtake him.
That's right. Well, so Bowdon gets the win, 44-7 on senior night. That's a good way to send these seniors out. Last home game of the year for the Red Devils. Mount Zion, keep your heads up, keep fighting. For Doc Phillips, I'm Britt Martin. As we get ready to wrap it up, get out there this week and love somebody. We need you out there. We'll catch you next time. Stay tuned for the Southwire Red Zone on the Graddick Sports Radio Network.
No matter where you have to go, your feet have to get you there. Soul Roots knows this better than anyone. That's why they are dedicated to taking care of you